What's going on, bottom line viewers? It is Mitch back with another live stream. You may notice a little bit different. I have another seat here. My friend Mike is on his way. He's a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. Josh Allen jersey in the background. We're going to have some fun tonight. Buffalo Bills, Pittsburgh Steelers, Sunday Night Football. Big game in the AFC Wild Card race. Could really... Pittsburgh Steelers, will they be able to make it here if they win this game? I would say definitely, because Titans lost today. Texans look like they had the inside track on the AFC South. That was a huge game that both of these teams were looking at as well. For the Buffalo Bills, they're still kind of fighting for the AFC East a little bit, but this game would be very important for them to reassure themselves the fifth seed as Mike walks in the door right now. What's going on, Mike?
How's it going? What's up?
Oh, we got TJ Watt, Josh Allen. You like my Josh Allen jersey in the background, bro?
When'd you get that?
I ordered it. Off of Jack Cowie's site, his favorite website. What's going on in the chat? We have some people in the chat. Bennett says, hey. Imagine Madden says, no Patriots stream in a while. 2 weeks is a while, I guess. Can everyone see you? You might have to lean over a little bit.
Go, Minka.
You already have a Minka jersey?
I got it the day it was traded. Well, the day I found out his number.
You're a beauty.
I knew.
Ultra is happy about his win today. He's a Atlanta fan, and I did not mean to put that on the stream. But Kevin Durkant says, Mitch, are you ready for the Bottom Line View Fantasy Championship? I killed Bodo. Time to take you down.
Wow.
I don't think that's happening.
Who's on your team?
I have a pretty good team. I have Zeke.
Yeah, he played pretty good today, yeah.
I think Who do I have? I know I have Zeke. I think I have Darren Waller at tight end. I have Melvin Gordon. Because I remember I was like, in this draft, you know, it's the Bottom Line View League. Nothing really too big on the line for me other than losing to the viewers, right?
Yeah.
Because you're trying to reward the viewers to win, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, and this was at the time where Melvin Gordon and Zeke are both like, are they going to play? Are they not going to play?
And they both end up playing right away.
So I'm like, boom, Melvin Gordon, Zeke, why not? So that ended up getting me to the finals.
Wow.
So, key strategy tip for next year's fantasy, 2020 fantasy. On purposely draft like you don't really care that much.
Apparently, yeah.
That's a good strategy, I think.
Don't draft QBs too high. I think I kind of ate that the hard way.
Who do you have this year?
What was Mahomes?
Mahomes?
Yeah, like, you could have found Lamar Jackson rounds and rounds earlier, and obviously he's getting tons of points. Yeah, sorry. But, yeah, no, don't overvalue the quarterback. I kind of got screwed with a little bit of injuries. Not screwed, but, like, it happens. It's fantasy. But, like, Kamara wasn't great. But don't be afraid to continue to take your running back straight away. It's the most important thing.
Kamara's been disappointing because we were talking about this.
Ingram's big hit.
I was talking about this last night at Jack's. And we were saying, like, it's weird that a top 5 pick in fantasy does not perform on a team that's, like, the number 2 seed.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's pretty weird.
The receivers are playing great. Well, Latavius Murray's played really well, too.
Yeah. I guess they've been pretty balanced. But Michael Thomas has been, like, unreal.
Yeah.
He's taken everyone's points for himself.
Yeah.
Kind of thought Jared Cook would be the guy. We got the Batman logo.
Oh, nice Batman.
Can't tell what this is.
Whatever it is, it tastes great. It is a sponsorship.
It's very good apple juice. What'd you think of today's games?
I didn't watch all of them, play for play. Eli going back to 500 is pretty cool. Apparently.
I hope he plays and loses next week.
Really? You want him to have a sub 500?
This guy made me cry when I was 12, 11, I think. Yeah, and that's the only, I will admit this, live on YouTube. When I was 11 years old, Eli Manning, single-handedly, a little bit of Justin Tuck, a little bit of David Tyree, made me cry.
Fair enough. That was a pretty heartbreaking one.
That was pretty bad.
Yeah, it was
I don't hate Eli, but it's just like I feel like his case for the Hall of Fame, and I've already said I don't think he's a Hall of Famer.
Whew.
This is my opinion. Like, I think he'll get in the Hall of Fame. It's different.
Yeah.
I don't think he's a Hall of Famer.
Well, I'd say the Hall of Fame is kind of stupid right now just because basically everyone gets in. Anyone who did anything. Like, I think the Hall of Fame, like, they could legitimately do, like, 1 or 2 players a year and be like, this is the most elite players. And a lot of big names would not be in it.
I don't know. I like the way it is right now.
Oh, yeah, well, like, a lot
of
people get celebrated, but Eli, what, 50,000
How would you
passing
determine
yards?
who would get in and who wouldn't if you're only doing 1 or 2 players?
Well, exactly. It's like,
That's the thing.
Guys
like, what's the cutoff line for you then?
Well, you would have to be like an all-timer. You'd probably have to win multiple MVPs or multiple Defensive Players of the Year. You'd probably have to have like a plus 100 sacks or plus.
You just said something very interesting. Would Drew Brees be in your Hall of Fame? He hasn't won a single MVP. He's won 1 Super Bowl, but he has a lot of records and a lot of.
I would say that's another thing. If you own the history or the record book, then I think for sure you're a player that deserves to be in that hall. Oh.
Look at Andre Roberts! Look at this guy.
Oh, it's coming back.
First play of the game.
TJ Watt sack.
Usually when Troy Aikman is commentating, he'll say, "Oh, another special teams flag." He takes a shot at like every ref in the league, like special teams wise.
Yeah.
He's like, "Why do we even need to watch this?" Did you see that Cowboys game?
I didn't watch that game.
It was insane.
What I saw was the Falcons
at
the very end stealing from the Niners. Crazy.
I kind of had a feel. I said on my picks video this week, I was like, I had a feeling that was a trap game. I didn't pick them, but I was like, watch out. Like this, they could lose this game. I wouldn't be surprised. So what are you looking for the Steelers defense here?
Well, they got to keep their trend of 4 to 5 sacks a game, plus forcing 3 to 4 turnovers. They do that, you're not going to lose many games. So if they can keep that up. Nice
throw
there. Hayden almost had him.
First play of the game goes to the rookie tight end Dawson Knox from Josh Allen. Nice throw. That was in between a couple of players. That was a risky throw.
Hayden almost had that, and that was a nice throw. Oh no, he didn't. He wasn't close.
He just ripped that in there. That's the thing about watching Josh Allen. Sometimes you can't even see the ball on the screen. It moves so fast.
He is a cannon.
1st and 10.
Cleanest jerseys. I want the Steelers to go to these permanently at home. They're so nice. Big fan.
Play action over the middle. Wide open. I don't know what that was by Brown. John Brown. I need John Brown just to secure me that into the finals, right? Josh Allen this year, 17 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. He does have 8 rushing touchdowns on the year. 85 passer rating. I've been saying he's getting better and better. Like every time I watch him, he gets better and better. Decision making's better. Obviously, there's physical talent there.
Get him.
Handoff, 1st down.
Frank the Tank. It still blows my mind that he's the 3rd leading rusher in NFL history.
I know he's not the 3rd.
He does like that
back.
name doesn't fit in. Like it's just like Frank Gore, really?
Yeah, it's like Emmitt Smith. Which people are like, yeah, Emmitt Smith's not the greatest running back of all time, but he owns that record. That's kind of the thing with Emmitt Smith.
Yeah, but like people will say he is just because he has that record. But like
Cowboys
and all those
fans
rings,
might.
Yeah.
That's about it.
I'm still gonna say Barry Sanders. Like I know he had all those negative rushing yards, but like he played on. Oh, TJ Depoy. I don't care about the Gilly Lock. That's my guy.
Hey,
beast.
Stephon Gilmore has more interceptions than the Cowboys.
Oh, Minka Fitzpatrick has 5 picks. Joe Hayden has 4 picks. The thing though, like this, I'm calling this like the NFL awards game. Like this is big on a lot of levels. Like if TJ can ball out, TJ or Minka, there could be a chance they could steal the Depoy. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Bush had a big game. Coach of the Year, Mike Tomlin. It's definitely possible. Just by winning out.
I think he's the most likely.
I think that story's best just because like teams that like not necessarily
out of all the players or people you're saying, I think he's most likely.
Oh, that was a hold.
I think the only other people you could give the coach of the year to are
John Harbaugh.
Harbaugh and Shanahan.
That's you know what? I think losing the game of the Falcons might be like to the guys who voted.
Yeah, I think what are they 13 and they're going to be 13-3 or 12
probably
and 4,
around
one
there.
or the other.
Yeah. Well, the Seahawks game is really there.
Yeah.
NFC West championship game. I guess you could call that because Seattle won today, but losing last week kind of hurt them a little bit. But
yeah.
It's going to be interesting. He got back. That's a false start.
Big 3rd and 10.
I wonder what that flag.
We'll see what it is.
He got back. Like I know he moved, but I think that like if you don't go right away, it could be ruled a false start here. Wow, it was neutral zone.
Bodo says, shout out to the Steelers fan.
Appreciate it. I know the Canucks are also playing, so keep an eye on that. It's 1-1 already. Crazy.
Canucks updates from Michael Beck.
Goat.
Why is Ryan calling me? Should I answer this on the air?
Nah. Let's see. It's actually a pretty nice goal.
Hello? Yo, bro. What's up? Yep. I'm going to kick your ass.
There you go, Mark.
Fantasy.
Take his ass down. I'm a very
Lamar's going to run all over you.
Very loud, passionate fan, so I'm sorry.
Are you coming over? You want to come over? Right now, we're doing, me and Beck's here. We're doing a live stream on YouTube right now. You're on air.
Say out to the people. This is going to be a theme of this game.
Nice.
This game comes down to the Steelers' offense. Like,
yeah,
we know what the Bills' offense and defense is. Know what the Steelers' defense is.
Okay, bye.
Can Duck Hodges get points on the board? If they can't, I think Buffalo wins. If they can, I think the Steelers game for the taking. But can Duck Hodges, without Juju again, like honestly, I've been a Tomlin critic as much as I wouldn't say as much.
I
as
have
any
too,
other,
yeah.
But being a fan of this team since as long as I can remember. I was fully expecting this to be the year, like the first year of my life to like just experience the Steelers being terrible for 16 games. I was like, oh god!
Once Ben went down,
exactly. That's what I mean. Like when he got hurt and went out in the second half, like I was like, oh, he might come back. And then finding out the next day, it's like, oh no, he needs surgery. He's done for the year. I'm like, oh.
I remember that it was a long time ago, but 2008 when Brady went down, I was like, there is no way. Like, that was, like, prime Brady, too. Like, there's no way he's gonna, like they're gonna be any good. And then they go 11-5.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just good organizations and good coaches and good talent.
That was probably Belichick's best coaching job.
Yeah, and it got McDaniels a job, too.
Well, exactly, yeah. It'll be interesting. Like, I don't think it's getting Randy Fichtner a job. Like, I think he comes back as a Steelers OC next year just because he's Ben's guy. He's kind of... When they kicked out Todd Haley, it's mostly because, obviously, Ben and his relationship was terrible.
Not that he's a bad OC. Like, no. I've always liked Todd Haley, but just him and Ben, sometimes...
They didn't mesh. Yeah. And, like, that's exactly why Haley was pushed out. And they're like, Ben, why don't you pick our OC? And they're like, you know what? I really like this guy who was calling our plays at the end of the year. Yeah. Randy Fichtner, come on in. You know what? He does call a very conservative, very kind of... bland kind of offense. It's not sexy. There's been a lot of like trick plays, not a lot, but like almost one every 2 games now, just I don't know, just trying to inject some sort of flavor into the offense, but I'm not too keen on him. Like I'd say once Ben retires, if I'm any team and I have to replace my franchise quarterback, whoever I'm bringing in, I'm doing my darndest to bring in their head coach from university. Like, I would have done anything to throw money at Lincoln Riley the last 2 years.
Yeah, I just heard earlier today, I don't remember who was talking, but they're like the Cowboys are going to go after him.
It makes sense, but it's not... That's a job that I think is a trap job, because, like, you're chained to Jerry Jones. I know he's...
Yeah, but I mean, also, if you look at that roster... You could argue that's the most talented roster in the entire league.
Well, it's funny, you could argue that same point with their NFC East rival Eagles. I'd say the same thing.
Well, I think before the year I said that, but I mean, they've lost so many players at this point, especially offensively. Like, they have no... The thing about the Eagles, as their handoff up the middle, James Conner!
Welcome back.
First down, and past the 30-yard line. So, good first opening run from James Conner.
Let's see how long he can hold up. This is going to be straight. They have 5 running backs. Like, they're playing with 4 D linemen and 5 running backs. So, like, that's if you're a fantasy guy and you started James Conner, you might be a little screwed. Obviously, a nice start.
That's what I was worried about from a fantasy
Snell's
perspective.
going to get his touches. Yeah. Mike Tomlin loves Benny Snell. He's going to get the ball. Jalen Samuels, I think, is kind of taking a step back. You might see him a little more in the passing situation.
He catches the ball.
He's like, other than that one Pats game that we were at, like that he just...
Which they, like, allowed him to run.
Basically.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
This is the thing with the Bills, though. Excellent defense, like easily top 5.
Yeah.
The only maybe weakness is you could beat them on the ground. It's the only like little thing where we've seen in the past or the past 2 years where they've been really elite, where if you can run the ball on them, you can have some success. But McDermott is just so good with his coverages and stuff. He takes everything you want to do away, like on big downs and stuff.
Well, you know, Tomlin and McDermott are very familiar with one another, so it could be interesting in the coaching chess match. There's a pretty big cushion on
that's 5.
The edge there. Oh, not a great...
I think that was a 5-man rush. 3rd and 8. So this is what I see from the game. I forgot to say this at the beginning. Yeah. I think this is a low-scoring game.
I was going to say 19-13. Either team. If the Steelers offense can get going, Steelers win, like I said earlier.
Turnover, maybe.
It's what this game's going to come down to. Like, whoever's winning that turnover battle. Hodges only, like, his picks are from, like, a wrong run route and then, like, a tip. So, like, I'm not... He doesn't... He's very conservative.
Both defenses take the ball away.
He throws that often. So
both defenses force turnovers.
Yeah.
You know, they don't just fall in their lap. So 3rd and 8.
A lot of time. Nice catch. Deontay.
Did he catch that?
I think he did.
I guess he did.
Deontay Johnson.
It looked like he took a giant jump. And then he came down with it.
I'm saying though, like this guy, like with Ben, I think will be exciting. He plays, I hate to say it, but he's kind of a similar kind of style to Antonio Brown. Like he runs like
I think that's
really crisp routes. Both feet were in there, but like 3rd round pick, another later receiver. How the hell do they find all these receivers? It's amazing.
Yeah, like, I don't know.
No, like
it's also. I want to give Ben credit here, though. Like,
yes,
those guys wouldn't be those guys without.
When they leave, most of the time they kind of fall off the face. Like Mike Wallace, people were calling him top 5 receiver. Goes to Miami and he's like, who? Who's
part of it, if you think of all those names, a lot of them. Well, I mean, Antonio Brown isn't great, like without or with.
Yeah.
Emmanuel Sanders was great with and without. Probably better without because he actually developed.
And he never got the ball in Pittsburgh. There's too many.
And then he had Peyton Manning, so that helps. But
he's never had a bad quarterback. Like there's a couple years
now,
But Garoppolo getting him the ball now has looked a lot nicer.
Yeah. But with Ben, I think part of it with Mike Wallace specifically is like the deep ball accuracy of Ben. He just puts it like right there.
Yeah.
So
Ben's deep ball, like, as long... Oh, it looks like we're shifting the Wildcat here. Who is that? Connor in the Wildcat. That's weird. Oh, big carry, 8 yards. Oh, flag. You know what? That might be a illegal formation. I don't think Hodges stopped running on his... Yeah, there you go.
Legal motion. Mr. Singh says Bills are underrated.
I don't think so. I think they're fairly rated. Like, they play great defense, and no one's really talking them down.
Ultra, a.k.a. the Patriot Hater, says Pats have an awful offense, a regressing quarterback, no running backs, 1 receiver, and an average at best offensive line.
Wow.
I will agree until we see them in the playoffs, because we don't know what the Patriots...
This is going to be interesting. Well, yeah.
Who do you think is the most complete team in the NFL? That's a difficult question. I don't think any team is perfect.
The funny thing is, I think Baltimore's beatable.
I think Baltimore might be the most. The thing is with Baltimore, I don't think they're the most complete team. I just think they're very, very good at the areas that they're very, very good at. Yeah. If that makes any sense.
Well, what they do the thing they do right. Like they can run. Yeah. Like they're using Lamar perfectly.
Oh, yeah.
How many OCs?
That's why Harbaugh is the coach of the year, maybe.
Yeah. Well, that reason should make it, but like it's kind of sad that how many coaches would be like, no, you're standing in the pocket.
Yeah. Look at Michael Vick.
He kind of had to go to Baltimore. Like now that you think about it, like how many teams could he have gotten this success with?
Only maybe like 5, I would say. If he went to like the 49ers or Patriots or like one of these teams that they have a good offensive coach and they're
dialing it up. Oh, picked off.
Wow, that was nice. Tre'Davious White.
Up until that pick, identical stats to Joe Hayden, which is kind of crazy to think of.
Tre'Davious White, top 5 corner in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with that.
This guy's stellar because he plays for Buffalo. Nobody talks about him, but just
like Stephon Gilmore.
Yeah, I guess sort of. But now people talk about Gilmore.
Well, it's funny. Like I remember the Steelers playing the Bills when Gilmore was on the Bills in that snowy game, and like Antonio Brown turning him inside out a couple times.
Was that the Rex Ryan year? Because he got torched that year.
I can't remember that. It was the game when Le'Veon Bell went off. He almost had 200.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. That was Le'Veon Bell's year too. Yeah. That was 2016, right?
It was the year before he all the contract shit.
Yeah, that was 2016, I think, or 2017.
I think it was 2016, but regardless,
that was the year they lost to the Patriots in the AFC Championship.
I think it might have been, yeah. Well, I think they lose that game anyway, but Le'Veon Bell was definitely like the offense in the playoffs there was get Le'Veon the ball. He broke the record for rushing yards in a playoff game 2 weeks in a row.
Well, they played the great Dolphins and Matt Moore.
Matt Moore was that quarterback, and then they played the Chiefs in Kansas City.
Yeah. And that was that same year, right? That was
the exact same year. Yeah, and then they lost the Pats in the AFC Championship. But losing Le'Veon in the first series of that game with a hamstring injury, they never had a hope after that. But that defense was brutal. Duck Hodges pick though, that's interesting. It was kind of a deep ball, so they're still in. Bills will be in their own side of the field.
Trivia says, who am I talking about? This person was the best cornerback in the NFL a couple years ago, but now he's the worst corner on his own team. I think you're talking about, even though I don't agree on the assessment that he was the best corner in the league, I think you're talking about Rhodes closed Xavier Rhodes. Am I correct?
About Xavier Rhodes?
Well, trivia says, who am I talking about? This guy was the best corner in the league, and now he's the worst on his team.
I honestly, he's been burned pretty bad a couple times, and then you could argue years prior.
Was it last year in training camp where Zimmer was like, yeah, he's supposed to be like the best corner in the league, and he's like not playing like it or something? Like he said something really bad.
Yeah, something like that.
He's like, he needs to play better. He just called him out. Norman was not ever I don't know, was he ever the best corner? He was definitely in the conversation for that 1 year.
Yeah, he was definitely up there.
It was probably still Sherman, but
there's still that one season where he was all over Odell's shit. When he
it was the Panthers year, man. That's what
I meant. Yeah, the Panthers year, that 1 year.
Yeah, I thought he was on the Redskins with the Odell.
No, he was on the Panthers when that was peak, and then the 1 year in the Redskins was the year after that. But that 1 year with the Panthers when
he was really good. He was one of them.
Definitely argue
top
one
3.
Or 2, three maybe, but.
I think it was him, Sherman, and Revis that year.
Yeah, I think Revis might have been a little bit, just marginally lower than the other guys, just kind of slowing down a little bit.
Yeah, that was his last really good year with the Jets.
Yeah.
Because he left the Patriots, went to the Jets, and then he fell off. John Brown. I don't know if this is still the case, but he was the leading receiver in the AFC.
That's pretty crazy.
John Brown.
That's who the Steelers should have brought in instead of Dante Moncrief, but oh well.
He got paid decent money. I mean, it wasn't
wasn't it 3 years, $28 million?
But still, it's gonna be it's a bargain.
Oh yeah,
for what he's done for the team.
He's not getting paid a whole heck of a lot. Sack. Nope.
Allen gains 2 on what could have been a sack. So 2nd and 8, 7 minutes, 30 seconds. Josh Allen.
Isn't Duck like 5'10"? Or oh no, they're showing all the Bills guys. Okay.
Leading receivers. Cole Beasley, touchdown machine.
Beasley's been really good in Buffalo. They did a great job bringing in the receivers, but yeah, they are tiny.
Yeah, they're showing the heights. If you guys aren't watching the game, John Brown is the biggest receiver on the Bills.
And he's not very tall.
I will say they're all... Cole Beasley isn't really fast, but like the rest of them are really fast.
I think those might be inflated heights too. They're quite short. Like you hear that a lot. And how many times like you could meet a pro athlete and be like, "Wait, that guy's listed as 6'6". He was looking me in the eye." Like that doesn't make any sense.
This is like wrestling.
Oh yeah, so some of those are brutal. Like Hulk Hogan being 6'10" or whatever, or like Andre the Giant being like 7 foot whatever, and then he's like only like an inch taller than Hulk, and then you see Hulk beside The Rock, who's like listed at 6'5", but then when he's standing beside Cena, who's 6'2", they all look the same height somehow. It's like, was Andre the Giant really just like 6'6"? Like, what's going on here?
3rd and 4. Time for Allen. He's pointing around trying to find someone, and Cole Beasley, who we were just talking about, drops it. Yeah, other than that, he's been great this year for the Bills, but needs to come up with that 3rd and 4 because it's not going to be easy to move the ball in this game. At least we don't think it will be. And lots of protection there for Allen, which is surprising because, 1, Steelers have a good D-line, but 2, Bills have lots of trouble at times blocking people, so... Punt away, 6 minutes in the first, and a fair catch at the 16.
Oh, and a little fight.
And a little scrum.
A little brouhaha. So, just random commercial thoughts on the Steelers and their off-season plans. I think you got to try to re-up Bud Dupree. I think that's the most important one.
Yeah, he's played well this year.
He
kind of looked like a bust until now, though.
Honestly, I would have been like, I would not have given him the 5th-year option if I was the GM. I'd be like, you didn't deserve it. Like, we'll offer you another contract, but I'm not giving you 9.5.
How much? Oh, was it 9 point?
Yeah, I wouldn't have given him that from what he'd produced previous. But he had 20 sacks in 4 years prior. He's at 9.5. He should have had 10.5, but because Kyler Murray fumbled on his own and fell on it, then Bud fell on top of him. Counts as a team sack. It's not actually Bud's sack, but 9.5 sacks. One more, he's going to go over 50% of what he's done in 4 previous seasons, which is crazy. But I think you bring him back in. Javon Hargrave's just going to cost too much. It's going to suck losing your D tackle, but someone's going to pay him a shit ton of money to be their pass rushing D tackle. Oh well. Tuitt's coming back. He was arguably their best defensive player before he tore his pec. Like legitimately, people are saying like this guy.
I think I was saying that.
So I think that's kind of your priority move, and then you try to retain Filer, and if you can, Finney. If you lose them, oh well. Just try to keep those guys on your O-line around. But then after that, you're not going to have a ton of money. I'd say you spend all your draft capital because they don't have that first-round pick, and they are going to have a 3rd from Le'Veon Bell compensatory. So I'd say you spend your 2nd and 3rd both on your offensive line, and then maybe try to find a tight end.
What do you think if they went out and they traded for like an established player?
I don't really know what they have to trade for. Like
nothing.
Nothing
like no glaring need.
Well, like offensively, I like the receivers. I like all their running. They have a ton of running backs, and if they can utilize them right, you don't need to go out and trade for Le'Veon Bell, who's going to be on the market.
Do you think the tight end thing is because Ben isn't there, though? Like, do you feel like if they had a better quarterback, they would use the tight end better?
Yeah, other than Heath Miller, the Steelers under Ben have never used their tight ends right.
Yeah,
and like
because I like McDonald for the most part.
I do too. He's
nothing special, but he's not bad.
Yeah, like I like Nick Van Ant a lot too, but he's a guy that never gets the ball since Pittsburgh traded a 5th-round pick for him on an expiring contract. I don't understand that move. If you don't re-up him, you kind of have to re-up a guy you're giving that much capital up for.
Bodo says we need to draft a quarterback and a coach.
I don't understand the coach one. Like a quarterback, I think you wait on that for either next year or the year after. And the move I make is I probably spend all my picks to move up for a quarterback like next year. Justin Fields or a Trevor Lawrence. And you're going to have to spend a shit ton.
With that.
You're going to, well, depending where the pick is, and it could be like a relatively high pick with Ben coming back, and if this defense continues to roll, they could be a team that contends for that championship. There's no reason why they shouldn't be. A championship level defense should be enough to get you there. So this offseason is going to be interesting, but if they're going to bring in a player, one that kind of came into my mind today, Larry Fitzgerald. He's like, who knows if this is going to be my last year? And he is a Pitt guy. So that's the only reason why it comes to my mind.
He's never going to leave.
Well, he's either
second and 8. Bad pad or bad play, I would say. It was, I don't even think a yard.
No, it was a yard. Johnny Holden, I don't understand why this guy gets the ball so much.
Injury. Is that Tre'Davious White who we were just talking? Can we stop talking about players that are good so that they don't get hurt or drop passes? Yeah. We did have a question in the chat, which I thought was interesting. Julio Jones or Calvin Johnson?
It's funny, when I was driving here, I was literally thinking about those two guys and being like, imagine their careers with better quarterbacks. Like, literally, that went through my mind.
Oh, you just said better quarterbacks for Matt Ryan. That's hilarious. But Matt Stafford, though?
He was good, but like he didn't have Calvin Johnson that had Matt Stafford for 2 years. He retired really early in.
I want to say at least like 4.
Regardless, like
I think so Calvin, when did Stafford get drafted? 09 or 10, something like that.
Yeah,
and Calvin got drafted in 07.
Bradford was 9. 10 was.
I think Bradford was 8.
No, yeah, you're right. Bradford 8. 2009,
I think.
Was that the Stafford year?
Bradford was before Stafford, and then Stafford was after.
Yeah.
I think Matt Ryan was the year before that. Matt Ryan was 07 or 08, one of those years.
Yeah.
And then Bradford was the following year, and then Stafford was the year after that. I think.
But
Trivia says Stafford and Ryan are good. WTF.
They are good. Who'd you rather want more? Is like literally picking between your favorite kids. Like, I think Megatron is probably the guy I go with. Just kind of.
Yeah.
But like
peak.
It was probably the best receiver ever.
Top 3, yeah.
Like if you were to pick like a single season, the year he almost had 2,000 receiving yards, probably the best receiving year ever.
Maybe.
And well, he was still doing it with not too much around him. I'm pretty sure he did that with Stafford. I know he did do it with Stafford.
Yeah, he did.
But like the rest of that offense was what Javid Best.
Yeah, I don't think Reggie Bush was there.
No, and
maybe like Nate Burleson.
Well, you knew.
Shout out to Nate Burleson.
Yeah, he's great. I love Nate. I like his takes. I like listening on the air. It's
good.
Yeah, I know. Peak Megatron's probably the guy.
See, I think
he could have anyone throwing the ball, and like it doesn't matter if they.
I think that's a heavy debate between him, Rice, and Moss for like peak best receiver.
It's so tough because
Rice had like 22 touchdowns in like 14 games. Like who the does that?
That's ridiculous.
So, and Moss was.
That's interesting. I'm guessing it's a shoulder for White. He's not moving his arm a lot. I wonder if he like broke his collarbone or something.
3rd and 10. What are they gonna do here, Mike? Call it.
3rd and 10. While they're throwing the ball, it's gonna be like a post,
really
a seam and a post and.
Okay, good play there. Dump off for a little bit of a negative gain.
Yeah, it looks like they're just going to put it back to the line of scrimmage, which is a pretty forgiving spot. This is what the game's going to be. Like if you didn't like it, I'm sorry. Like it's going to be low scoring. I'd be stunned if something happened.
Honestly, I've been enjoying the low scoring games more so than the high scoring games. I don't know what it is. I just feel like every play is magnified. Every coaching decision is like when it's a high scoring game. There's a lot of mistakes. I feel like, especially by the defense.
Yeah,
like you have to at a certain point. It's not just good offense. It's bad football. Defense.
And like yeah. Oh, what happened?
Guy tripped. Oh my god!
Wow, what happened there?
I don't think it got blocked, but that was.
Jordan Berry has had a really good year punting the ball. I don't know what the hell
Did it get blocked? Or just hit someone? I don't know.
22 yards? Jesus Christ.
Tomlin's pissed.
That's not good. That's something that it's basically a turnover.
That is a turnover, basically.
It looked like it hit him right in the heel.
Maybe he just kicked it wrong? I don't know, but he knew right away.
Yeah, no, because when some shit like that happens, like speaking from experience, it's almost like a good play the other way if it can like hit someone. Like you'd be amazed how often a crappy punt would hit someone. Like in high school football, it's just a thing that could happen because punters suck. Guys running away from the ball and just
what's that like in longest yard?
What, Frankie or whatever?
Yeah, the
go
guy
kick the ball. And he could barely kick it.
Yeah. TJ, there we go. Sack for the Steelers as Mike celebrates. There's like 3 Steelers in there.
13
Williams,
and a half.
Watt.
I'm guessing Watt probably gets a half sack for that. Ties his career high 13 in a year.
3 minutes, 25 seconds left in the
There you
first.
go. That will be sack number 1. The Steelers have been averaging 4 to 5 a game, and like they're winning
in wins or just in games?
since like their last 8. Yeah, Watt got there first, so I think he'll probably share that with Vince Williams. Sorry, Tyson Alualu, but I don't know if he'll be credited.
We had another question: Emmanuel Sanders or Demarius Thomas? We're having these good questions.
I'd say I'd take
Demarius Thomas from
he fell off so fast. Like if they're asking him, that's a bad drop.
Like who is the better receiver for their career, and then like
career? Demarius Thomas.
I think Demarius Thomas.
I thought would have been a top 3 receiver, but he had Tebow, and then Peyton Manning made him look like a top 3 receiver.
Yeah.
And then Emmanuel Sanders was their number 2. But he's had a longer career.
Also, Emmanuel Sanders got there at a time where Peyton clearly dropped off at least a little bit.
Yeah.
Like that, he had one like pretty good year, and then he dropped off completely.
Well, I would say
no. I mean, Peyton was amazing in 13, but that was Eric Decker.
Right.
Sanders wasn't there yet.
Yeah.
I don't think Sanders got there till I want to say 15, but it might have been 14.
I think it was just a little.
It might have been
sooner
14.
than that.
It might have been 14. Allen running, scrambling.
Oh, he fumbled the ball.
He fumbled.
Make a
3rd 18, and the Steelers will get the ball back.
Minka Impact Fitzpatrick. That's why I got this guy's jersey. He's a freaking baller.
What do you think of that number, 39?
It's a gross number. He's probably going to change it.
Laxer.
But, it's not much different than 29. But, is it a fumble?
I think he was down.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was definitely down, so Mike's excitement is lost, and Minka Fitzpatrick...
Oh, it wasn't even Minka. It
wasn't even Minka. Getting excited for no reason.
Yeah, Terrell Edmonds. Bum.
Who was better, Andrew Luck when he was healthy?
Going for it. 4th and 6. Holy smokes.
Okay, we'll get to that question after. That's a good question. 2 minutes left in the first, 4th and 6.
Points obviously matter. This is no man's land. You can't kick in Heinz Field.
Bills 0 for 7 on 4th down.
That's
on 4th and 2+ yards to go. Okay, that makes more sense. 4th and 6.
That was a false start of 5 or so.
3-man rush and a spy from the Steelers.
Oh.
Complete to John Brown for the first down.
I look like Cordy Glenn flinched. I think that, or whoever that was at right guard. I don't even think Cordy Glenn plays for I think he's a Bengal now.
He's a Bengal, yeah. Left tackle or left guard? Left tackle is Deion Dawkins. I don't know who.
Yeah, whoever knows the right guard looks like. Oh, it might have just been like the tap thing to let the center know to snap the ball. I don't think I know he's dangerous on the ground. I don't think playing spy is ever smart football. I don't like
even with Lamar Jackson.
I think you gotta play a little deeper. Like you can't just have a guy.
I agree that it's better to play like a pocket that or like a pass rush that's contained.
Yeah.
Like just making sure you don't leave any lanes.
It feels wasted.
But when it's a guy like clearly wants to run, I'm down for it.
But like if you are playing a quarterback who runs a 4-3, it better be a player that runs a 4-3.
Yeah. Like I don't like spying a D tackle on Lamar Jackson. No. Like it has to be like a corner.
Yeah, and usually it's fairly obvious that you're only having to deal with a 3-person rush. Oh, Bud Dupree. Wow. 3rd down again.
Cole Beasley.
See, this is what a bad punt does. Like, obviously, if you get a good punt away and you have the exact same series, they're not going to go for it on 4th and 6 on your side of the field. So
true.
It's little things in the game matter. Like special teams are a design turnover. So like giving them the ball back is...
I hate when coaches kick like 57-yard field. If you don't have Justin Tucker, that's a turnover.
Well, yeah, because plus the 7 yards from where the ball is.
Yeah, like if you don't have Justin Tucker, don't attempt the kick. Unless you're a mile high.
Oh.
Third and 1.
They still get it, but that was not a good operation, quarterback, running back.
Yeah, kind of weak handoff. But Singletary's been impressive.
Yeah.
Since he's become the starter for the Bills. He was the reason they let go of LaShawn McCoy, and it's paid off so far. He's been pretty good.
He's been pretty good this year, too.
Yeah, solid. But, I think he's going to be good in the playoffs, actually. I think they're saving him for the playoffs.
Oh, yeah. Isn't that why they scratched him that one game?
Yeah.
He's like completely healthy.
I'm shocked, though, he didn't play more today because he's like the snow king.
Yeah, he kind of is. Yeah.
We did have a question about your buddy Andrew Luck and your other buddy who you didn't like for a long time, Russell Wilson. The question is, who is better, Andrew Luck when he is healthy or Russell Wilson?
I think it's Russell Wilson. Yeah. Like, if you go back there to that draft, which is crazy to think of, like...
You would have picked Wilson?
I think now you... At this
point...
Well,
I think, yeah, because of the injuries, obviously, and he's still playing.
Yeah. And the Super Bowl. Like, he's a better resume, better stats.
I mean, I think Luck would have won the Super Bowl that year, too. Luck was better at that point, in my opinion. Like, Luck was better early in his career, but Wilson has evolved more. But I also think that is also because Luck was injured so much that he always had to... He never got to develop the way Wilson did.
And then when you think of... You take Luck, the word luck, and bring it to Russell Wilson. The first 5 years of his career, the guy was the luckiest player in the NFL. Like
he was very.
But like
that NFC Championship game he played, that was one of the worst games I've ever seen.
He played terrible. Like I've never seen such a bad. Like they did not deserve to go to that Super Bowl at all. Like he's turned it on the last couple of years and he's made me kind of a believer and made me eat some of my words a little bit. But like.
Yeah. No, he's great now, don't get me wrong. I mean, he's arguably the best quarterback in the league.
You know how the Chargers seem to lose every tight game in, like, some bullshit kind of way?
It's Phillip Rivers.
I see that, but, like, the Chargers manage to lose games that are inexplicable. Yeah. The Seahawks manage to win games.
Oh, yeah, that's what I've been saying. That's what I've been saying to people. I left them off my top 5 contenders list. People a little mad about that. But, like,
going through the wild card.
I think... Like, when you win so many games by 6 points or less, you're bound to lose. Even versus a bad team.
Yeah.
Because you never blow anyone out. Yeah. Ever.
Yeah.
Today, they were blowing out the Panthers, and the Panthers made it a 6-point game. Like, and the amount of times this year alone, they have won games where they were losing to worse teams than them for, like, 3 quarters, and then they win.
Yeah.
And early in his career, he was able to get away with it because his defense was, like, phenomenal. So even when they were down, it was, like, 12-6. And then they would just come back and win. So,
well, the amount of times Russell Wilson would pull some bullshit out of his ass, like, he would literally just throw the ball blindly into, like, triple coverage and the receiver, like, it'd be tipped up and the receiver would catch it.
Yeah.
Or, like, that stupid thing in the Super Bowl, like, right before the pick.
Jermaine Kearse.
Yeah. Like,
other than Eli, I mean, he's
one of the luckiest players in the game. Well,
now he's not. He's just
not,
skilled.
But
he's transferred his luck into
nice draw.
Lucky skill. Oh my God, that was a nice run.
They might score.
Did you see that move?
That was a hell of a move. Like
that hesitation. He stopped, hesitated, made the guy miss, and now the Bills are at the 1-yard line.
That draw was very well designed. Like pains me to watch that, but
this is the strength of the Bills' offense, though. I think they're top 10 in red zone offense. They're one of the best teams in the league at like scoring when they get there. So we'll see what happens here. First and goal at the 1.
Oh, QB draw.
And this is part of the reason why Josh Allen runs it in. He has now 9 rushing touchdowns, which people said in the fantasy community was not sustainable.
Well, he was only got one more game. Yeah, that drives on obviously the punt. Like that never would have happened. Obviously, if you don't punt that ball away only 20 yards and give it to him on the 40.
Oof, that was sexy.
Yeah, that was a nice move.
I did pick the Bills before this game. I'll let you know.
Oh,
I didn't tell you.
Well, you know what? At home, I'd say my pick would be the Steelers at home. Yeah. I think it matters.
I obviously picked it as a close game, but I think the reason I picked the Bills was I thought their offense was just a little bit better. Just a little bit more like they had Josh. Like Allen's more of a playmaker. They had more playmakers to me.
Yeah, no,
especially without Juju.
And even then, Juju's kind of been a black hole this year. Like obviously he's been.
Is that Antonio Brown or is that just missing Ben?
I think
it's hard to tell with the first game because he played Gilmore, so like that's not really fair.
Yeah,
but
I think with Juju, it's kind of. It's a mix of a lot of things. He's facing a lot of double coverage, which he wasn't used to. He's obviously was playing a lot with his backup quarterback, but when the ball was going his way, like there's a few drops, a big fumble. They arguably could have won that Ravens game. They could have beat the Ravens before. That was the first game of their long winning streak.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like I think this was going to be a regression year for him anyway. The injury obviously hurts those stats, but he wouldn't have been a 1,000-yard receiver had he been healthy all year. It's crazy to think of. And you know what? I think Deontay Johnson may end up being their number one wideout in 2020. Honestly. Juju may still be the number 2.
Why?
Well, just because he's a more talented route runner and he makes more explosive plays. Juju should be like he was always kind of like the possession guy.
Everyone in Pittsburgh loves him though.
The old people hate him now because he can't be healthy.
Even though when Brown was there, I mean, people were saying he was better than Brown.
That was true.
That was true because of Brown. No,
I agree. Like
when you're playing number 2 corners, not number 1 corners.
Well, AB was getting the number 1 corner and a safety. And then he was still producing.
Yeah, and he led the league in touchdowns.
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
Like I said to Brett and Jack yesterday, we were watching the UFC, which oh my god, awesome fight.
Great card, yeah.
Yeah, but Antonio Brown, I've never seen a talented person at his level.
Oh, got him.
Oh my god.
James Washington.
James Washington, the big play receiver on the Steelers, gets the ball into Buffalo territory.
He's been playing like Nate Washington when it comes to the deep ball, but then he also has like a short game that Nate Washington never had. Well, do you remember there's like an 8-game stretch in 2008 where Nate Washington had like a 45-plus yard touchdown in every single game, just like a stupid.
Yeah, he was a big play receiver. Anyways, on my point, Antonio Brown. I've never seen a more talented human being at what they do not be completely out of what they're doing.
Oh, Jesus.
Like, if you understand what I'm saying. So, like, usually those people find a way to at least redeem themselves to the point of they're so talented that it doesn't matter that they're an idiot. So they stick around.
Yeah.
Antonio Brown has become such a problem that he's still at the peak he's still very, very good at what he does. It's not like he's Ray Rice.
Yeah.
Right? Like a lot of the guys that they screw up, well, maybe they weren't so good that you needed to give them a job.
Yeah. Yeah. Antonio Brown's still would have been a number
1 receiver.
Oh, a number 1 receiver, but a top 3 receiver in the NFL.
Probably.
Obviously. That's just what he was. Like, even with Derek Carr. But I think his latest string of tweets probably ended, like, I can't see him playing ever again. And, like, he's not going to be welcome in the CFL. I don't think he's not welcome in the XFL. No, his ego's too big. I think it's sad, but I think that Antonio Brown's done, unless he went to, like, see a therapist or like was medicated for something and like made a long ass apology that wasn't fake. Like
I have to think part of it is CTE.
That perfect hit, just like
the perfect hit.
Well, it seems like bipolar to me. Like honestly, like you look at the symptoms.
But I don't think it was there before. Was it?
He was so humble before, but like I've never seen like or like heard of a CTE case like manifesting itself so quickly. Oh, not great. I'm sure
they
Steelers
typically run Wildcat like that.
Not quite like that, but they played it less and less.
I do know that they use it a couple of times.
They did it a lot against Cincinnati. They ran it against Baltimore and threw a pick on it, and then like it went away for like 8 weeks. And then I think when they played Cleveland the first time, it came out, and they've kind of ran it a play or 2 or 3 every single game since then.
Oh yeah, the Edmonds are playing against each other. 3. By the way, Edmonds right there, Tremaine. Beast.
Yeah. The other 2? And the other two? I'm asking you. One's a beast. What about the other two? Well, Trey, you know what? It's a good story. He was a practice squad running back, and he's actually gotten the ball a couple times. I think you can't really expect much more from him in his career. Terrell, could he develop like Bud Dupree? I can't see it. DBs usually right away.
What are you asking about Dez? Dez caught it. You think Dez caught it?
He did catch that.
I think he caught it.
Let's get it pumping.
Wow. Interesting. The Bears this year are better than the Jags were in 2018. I don't see that comparison.
Oh, and Alejandro Villanueva's been brutal.
2nd and 13. Incomplete pass. 3rd and 13 upcoming. AJ Green or Mike Evans? Right now?
Is AJ Green even hurt? I feel like the Bengals are just being big dicks right now.
Right now, Mike Evans.
Yeah.
In their career, AJ Green.
Wonder where AJ Green ends up. I even drafting Burrow, I can't see him being like, oh, I want to keep playing for Cincinnati the way they. Who knows? Maybe their staff's been unbelievable with him and just like treat him great. But I can't see AJ Green being a Bengal. Who knows? Maybe he's like, Burrow's amazing. Maybe he doesn't work out with them.
Did you see Esiason give him the jersey already?
It's the helmet.
Or the helmet.
I did see that.
That was weird. I've never seen that before.
Apparently he did it with Carson Palmer, but...
Oh.
Imagine if they didn't draft him.
Yeah, that would be funny.
You know, like when they were leading it early in that game against the Pats, I was like, New England would be smart to lose this game. Still going to make the playoffs, but...
why would they be smart to lose?
A chance to get Joe Burrow out of the AFC.
Is he really that good?
He could be. He could be.
Maybe. He's older than Lamar Jackson. I think he's our age, bro.
Yeah.
49 years old.
Boswell, what a turnaround for him. Great kick. Nailed it.
The Boz.
Wizard of Boz. His two misses, one was a shit snap. The other one was like a 57-yarder, like you said, but it was like with the second left. So obviously. But
yeah.
What a turnaround. He was so bad last year. What the hell happened? Like, literally, did his girlfriend cheat on him or something? And like he was
It
just
happens
depressed?
to kickers. They go up and down.
But
like, good on him to bounce back, because that's the most difficult part.
That's true.
Once you get in the funk.
Well, he earned the contract 2 years prior, going to the Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
And then he played like shit last year. And then he's earning his contract again. He's like one of the top 5 highest paid kickers, I think.
Our top 5 highest paid kicker is on IR. He's been on IR twice in his career. Kicker. Goskowski. That's kind of weird.
Yeah.
But he is like, I think he's like top 5 all time in point. He must be up there. I mean.
It's too bad about Vinatieri.
Yeah.
Yeah, he probably should have retired.
Yeah, probably. Whatever.
Or do you think he's done after this year, or if he's?
I would think so.
Well, I don't think anyone's giving him a job.
Yeah. He's one of those guys where I feel like it was like, okay, you're done. He has to be told.
Yeah.
You're not good anymore. Like, you're done.
Well, at some point as an athlete, you like, especially as a kicker, where your stats are cut and dry. You make it, you're good. You miss, you suck. Obviously.
Yeah.
He looks at his stats and he's like, "Well, this was the worst year of my career.
Yeah.
I'm 46. My beard is snow white somehow at 46. I know guys in their 50s
I don't know.
with dark hair.
Yeah, I don't get it.
But
Stress of kicking.
honestly, yeah, like that's probably one of the most stressful jobs. Like any other position, even like in a drive to win the game, it's not that stressful.
Yeah.
Your kicking is so, again, cut and dry, where it's kick it.
It's like the most stressful job in sports, I think. Like,
I would agree with that, because like so much time waiting.
is there
around.
anything else where you just sit there and then you do one thing and then that's it?
There's no like free throw specialist in basketball,
Yeah.
so no.
I don't. Yeah, that's got to be like the worst
A
job.
goalie, you got to make a save,
And you're
but still
separated
off
from the
time.
team too. Like rarely a kicker is like a big part of the team morale.
Yeah, no.
You know what I mean? Like you're very.
And it doesn't matter how good you are. If you're a locker room cancer and a kicker, you're getting cut. Dude.
Mr. Singh says, "Who is better, Kurt Warner or Peyton Manning?" That's pretty.
Manning,
That's
okay.
pretty obvious. It's,
Was that a meme?
It's
or
obviously Warner. No.
big time?
It's Peyton Manning. Peyton. Tannehill's wife is hot AF. That's accurate.
I remember her at the draft and being like, "Whoa."
Is Darius Leonard the next Ray Lewis? Calm your horses, pal.
And I think Ray Lewis wasn't even Ray Lewis. How many times? Like, we watched
Come
games.
on, Ray Lewis was Ray Lewis.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
When
yes.
you remember him, he wasn't Ray Lewis because it was like 2012. And
No,
he was
no. Like,
he was slow. He was a robot. He had an arm like this.
No, Ray Lewis is one of the GOATs.
Yeah.
But, like, one thing that pissed me off having to watch him play so many times was the amount of times he get credited for stats, and he wasn't near the pile. Be like, tackle on the play by Ray Lewis, and he's, like, standing at the 50, and the guy was tackled at the 40. I'm like, what?
The things I find funny about Ray Lewis are, like, the stories of him making a speech, and then, like, the guys being like, I don't know what he said, but I'm so pumped right now. Like, Joe Flacco would say that.
Yeah, I can see that. TJ was close to another sack there. Brutal.
John Brown just slowly eaten.
Well, the Steelers typically play with a lot of cushion. So, like,
a lot of zone.
They give them a lot. Well, it's a zone match is what they've been playing a lot. But a lot of those outs, an out will be open every time you run it.
Pretty much.
But it's just, like, it's such a hard throw. Like, I know it's NFL, but it's still not an easy pass to make. And eventually, corner's going to start
A deep
playing.
out. A short out, it's not that hard.
No.
Second and 2.
It's like they got
First
it.
down. That's your man Singletary again. So, you saw that first drive. I know it was partly because of the punt.
Yeah.
Anything you want to see maybe like adjust to a little bit more?
Not
just
really.
To see how it goes until halftime?
I would say that was an unbelievable draw and just a big play.
Some good play design.
Well,
and
fourth down, calling that to go for it. Because
Yeah.
you're in no man's land, you have to go for it. I like when teams are more aggressive in those
teams
situations.
this year, that's been
More
the thing.
aggressive,
This
which is
year,
nice.
which has been awesome about the NFL, has been the analytics have really impacted teams. And you can see the teams that are doing well are using the analytics well. You know, I love analytics, but I also understand, like, the limitations.
And the feel of the game is a real thing.
So, like, you can't go for it every time. I know they're saying John Harbaugh, like, does yes or no based off the analytics.
Yes.
The percentage.
Yeah, if it's, like, above 50%, he's going to run for
Yeah,
it.
but I do like that about, like, you notice the trends of the good teams in the NFL, and they're very much forward thinking in terms of going for it, and some of the aggression on offense, which is nice to see.
I like it when it's like, if you get this first down, your chance of winning the game goes from 60% to 80%.
They should show that on the broadcast.
Yeah, you know what? That would be really interesting if they did.
As well as like updated betting stats and stuff like that. I know
That'd be
sometimes
pretty cool.
Sometimes they do it in terms of like the probability of winning. I think they do that sometimes. But like
they do show that.
I think it would just add to the broadcast from a sport media perspective there.
Yeah.
Singletary
kind of
runs a
overran
lot
that.
like McCoy.
Yeah.
I'm kind of all over the place right now.
No,
but I
but, like,
noticed that.
If you weren't paying attention to the NFL and didn't know Shady McCoy wasn't a Bill,
Yeah. And he's 26,
yeah.
so it's very close to his number.
I feel like, and like you had the game on mute, you could totally be like, oh yeah, Shady's playing pretty well.
Yeah. He's not as fast or quick, but he's a lot like him, I would say. Shady McCoy, one of the best running backs of this decade,
Yeah, that's fair.
I would say. Brian Dable. Patriot mind.
That's a pretty good drive by the Bills. They're running the ball well, and like they're completing the short pass.
Which I didn't think they would be able to as well as they have. Reggie White or LT? Okay.
Throwing a lot of the outs, that was not a good throw. Like I was saying, those routes are typically open just based on the angles, but
Yeah, forcing Josh Allen to throw the sidelines, or any quarterback for that matter, is better than allowing them to throw between the numbers. Yeah.
It's so much easier to be accurate straight in front of you. Yeah, that's not good. That could have been a big play.
It was open.
If he got it right into his breadbasket and he cut up field. Edmonds was not in position. Said that before.
3rd and 8. 8 minutes left in the first half.
Gets a chip. Oh, there you go. Cam Hayward's been playing so well. It's funny. His stats are like really good for interior D lineman.
Yeah, he's always around like... I would say I don't remember a season where he didn't have like 6 to 10 sacks.
Well, like his first couple years in the league, he was like okay, but like the last 3 years, he's been a double-digit sack guy as a D tackle. Like other than
12
Aaron Donald's, like no one's really doing
JJ
that.
Watt.
Yeah, JJ exactly. But JJ was like Mr. Everything. Like
he lines up everywhere.
You can line him up at Mac backer.
So does Donald too at this point.
Yeah, well, like he's not taking sand out of the dirt, but like
he lines up on the edge too. That's what I'm saying.
He's such an athlete though, and he's fast, and I'm surprised he wasn't a higher pick than what he really was.
Yeah, Cameron Hayward's been a good player for a while.
Oh.
7-3.
That's good.
7-3. Steelers getting the ball back. Mr. Duck.
Who started with the ball? I always forget.
I think the Bills.
Steelers always defer, which honestly I think is the right choice.
The Patriots do as well. James asks Reggie White or LT?
LT, he's the best.
LT. I don't want to give this really away because I'm actually doing like a big list.
Yeah.
For the 100th year. So I don't want to give it away, but I think it's kind of obvious. It's widely regarded. LT's the best defensive player of all time, but I will say this: Reggie White is number 2, and if anyone's close, it's Reggie White.
Well, you know what's funny though? I feel like if Aaron Donald were to continue this production for a career, he could easily be remembered.
I mean, if Watt was healthy.
If he was healthy, if he never was injured, if
even
he never went on
this
IR,
year, he was going to be like one of the defensive players of the year. Like he was leading the league in pressures by like 10.
I think he was finally passed just now, and like he was.
Yeah,
out
I think TJ passed him or something.
TJ was the person who passed him. TJ is a stupid amount. He's like 29 pressures or something going into this game.
Yeah,
and like second place was like third place was like 17 or something like that. You know, like it wasn't close.
Yeah.
Insane.
Yeah, but those two guys like have kind of been. I would say in the 2000s there wasn't really a guy like that, like in terms of a defensive lineman or a pass rusher that was that dominant at the level of Donald or Watt. The best defensive player was Ray Lewis.
Yeah,
and Ed Reed, I would say.
Troy Polamalu. I mean, you gotta like. I don't think that's a Steelers bias. That's just like.
Well, he's definitely in like the top 5-ish for safeties of all time.
Oh, for sure.
So like, yeah, I don't think that's crazy, but to me, like Ray Lewis, like a lot of the best players, defensive players of the 2000s, played in the secondary or they played linebacker.
In middle of the field linebacker, Patrick Willis,
Derek Brooks.
Yeah.
Like those type of guys. Brian Urlacher.
Yeah. I mean, James Harrison was...
Like, who was the best pass rusher? Like,
DeMarcus Ware.
Julius Peppers.
Yeah. DeMarcus Ware.
DeMarcus Ware for a little bit.
Von
Terrell
Miller,
Suggs.
I'd say that's... Yeah.
Von Miller's like this decade, too.
Yeah.
Like, Von Miller is like right under J.J. Watt and Aaron Donald. And Von Miller has more sacks than those guys, too.
Crazy to think of. But that, again, like, being healthy.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Connor's been getting the bulk of these carries. The Steelers have typically done that. Like, it was weird, like, when they had Lev
Maybe
Bell.
he's finally healthy.
I guess, but, like, I still... What he's played, or how he has played this year, I've never been, like, amazed by his game.
Which 10 quarterbacks will make it to the NFL 100 all-time team? We'll get to that on a commercial. That's a deep conversation.
I would say a lot of those would you'd probably see them like in the last 15 or last 20 years is probably a bulk of them. I'd say the best quarterback player.
Oh yeah, but the problem with the list is, did you see the running backs? No. None of them were from past Barry Sanders. They didn't have LT, which I think is a crime.
Yeah,
They didn't have Adrian Peterson.
Yeah.
They didn't have Marshall Faulk. Like, those three guys.
Yeah.
To me, I don't know.
Yeah, no, like, honestly, I have tried kind of hard to avoid the list because I knew it was going to frustrate me with the amount of players that were pre-1970. Like, I know a lot of guys like it, but I personally hate it.
I'm kind of like a historian like that, so I appreciate it, but at the same time, like, you need to show the unbiased for all decades, not just pre. Like, they're trying to say, like, we need to represent all decades.
Well, then
But it represent now too.
Yeah, like
what? Like
this decade's almost over. What's the difference between 2010 to 2019?
Like, I was almost gonna say, like, I wouldn't have been shocked if Gronk wasn't even on it. Like, I was gonna be like, you know what? They aren't including these guys, but he's retired now, so maybe I don't know.
I think because it's so many old guys that helped make the list, and like Gil Brandt is like when he makes a list, like the greatest players of all time didn't play. Like if you played after 1980, you're not one of the goats of football, and I hate that.
I don't know about that. You're talking about the guy that had Malcolm Butler as the 20th best corner in NFL history?
Oh, wait, he did. He did have that, which. But like I remember him looking at. Well, he obviously has his cowboy bias, like
yeah.
Like, oh, spare me.
Yeah,
but some of them were brutal. Like
one of them won't be Troy Aikman.
Well, I think he had Joe Green as like the 4th best D lineman ever.
I think that's fair.
You think that's fair? Yeah. I think you could see him as number 1 on like that their all time list.
Are they even ordering it? Or do you mean D lineman in terms of pass rushers as well?
No, like just D line, like interior D lineman.
Oh, interior D lineman. Yeah, he's probably first.
4. Yeah.
If it's not him, it's Alan Page. I would say, like one of those guys.
Yeah, like
it's him or it's one of those two. I would say for like defensive tackles or defensive interior defensive linemen.
I guess like you could say like Deacon Jones.
I think
it's the end. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I remember seeing the list and being like, what?
No, Joe Green would be first for me on that list. I thought you meant like. I don't know what Reggie White counts as, because he's everything. So.
Well, if you include like pass rushers too, I think that's completely different. But yeah, if they're just like the top 100 players of all time and not ordering it, which I would prefer, because like again, I know I've tweeted this before, but like how can you compare like a left tackle to a nickel corner and say one's better than the other? Like you can't. Like they're so uncomparable.
A what? To a
like say a left tackle to a slot corner.
Oh yeah, that's hard.
How do you compare that?
That's the challenge of me making this list. Like I don't know, especially because I wasn't alive for a lot of them,
the league,
so I'm doing my best
to go back and watch.
But yeah, that is a very challenging part because football is like any other sport in that regard. Like hockey, for example, or basketball. Even though it's still different positions.
Yeah.
It's still 5 guys trying to put the ball in the basket or the puck in the net.
Yeah.
And it's still you on at the same time.
Yeah.
Right.
Totally.
It's not like football where you're playing special teams, offense, defense, and then in between those 3 phases you have so many different little jobs.
Yeah.
That are so different from one another. Not everybody is getting the ball.
Which is true. Another funny thing is they didn't include like a special teamer category.
They did, didn't they?
Did they?
Devin Hester's on it.
But like kick returner. But like
Slater's not on it.
I'd say Slater's probably
he's like a 6-time All-Pro, so I mean he'd be in the conversation.
But like that, it's a third of the game. It still is. Like I know you're.
They had kicker. They had Vinatieri. And they had Ray Guy, punter.
I don't love the Ray Guy.
They had Shane Leckler. That one shocked me. I was like, whoa. Like, I knew he had a big leg. But,
yeah.
And he was like 99 in Madden for like 5 years.
I think it was longer than that, but yeah.
Anyways, 10 quarterbacks on the 100. Try and name them off right here. I'll let you go and I'll say yeah or no.
Marino?
Yeah, he'll be on it.
Montana?
Yeah, he'll be on it.
Brady?
Yeah.
Manning?
Yeah.
That's
4.
Elway, I bet they put on it.
Yes.
Roger Staubach.
Only 10. That's crazy.
I know. That doesn't really seem right.
That one's debatable.
Staubach. Well, it's a Cowboy bias. I'm telling you.
Yeah, but
There's something with it in the league. I feel like you'll see Roger Staubach. And maybe,
I'm gonna say this:
is Staubach or Bradshaw?
Rodgers and Breeze both won't be on it. I'm gonna say that.
Yeah, I can see it. It doesn't.
I'm not
doesn't
saying
seem
that's
fair.
my
They should
personal
be.
list.
Nice tackle.
I'm just saying that that's
Bush,
gonna be
wow.
the way it is. 3rd down and 5 for the
Huge
Bills.
TFL by Devin Bush. He's played a pretty good game so far. I kind of hate how he's not super. They're not playing him all situations. Like he's more of
He
like
doesn't play all situations.
No, he's about like a 90%. Well, he's on the field like 90%.
Yeah.
He's still kind of got to learn a little bit of some of the nuances of passing.
I did
He's
notice
at 6
early in the
quarterbacks so
season
far.
he was being taken advantage of a little bit in coverage.
Yeah.
Just because, the nuances of getting kind of fooled by quarterbacks and
Right.
stuff like that.
What do you think of Steve Young?
I like him,
offside.
but I don't think he'll be on it. Was that offside?
Yeah, he was way offside.
Okay. Flag. I think guys like Unitas for sure will be on it.
Yeah.
Otto Graham will be on it for sure.
Sammy Baugh.
Oh, Belichick fucking loves Sammy Baugh.
I think we're at 9 there.
And Sammy Baugh played 4 positions.
That's true. He was a quarterback, punter. I think he played safety.
Yeah. How many is that?
We're 9. See, it doesn't seem right. Would you
Who are
take
we
Sammy
missing?
Baugh over Drew Brees?
As a quarterback?
Yeah. Well,
No.
Yeah.
Maybe as a player. I don't know. It's hard to know.
Well, it's also how different. Football is not.
Yeah, but
football in 1930 isn't football.
Oh,
in
yeah,
2019.
obviously.
It's literally a different game.
But it is pretty crazy
That was
that
a
he
full
was the
start.
best quarterback and the best safety in the entire NFL.
And I
Even
think
if it
he's
was
also the best
1930.
kicker. Yeah. I mean, it's fair,
still pretty
but-
crazy. But it depends what they categorize him as. I guess as a quarterback. But yeah, what's that, 9? So we must be missing someone. I guess those are the main ones you kind of said. So one of those guys would have to make it. Brett Favre.
Oh, Favre, yeah. Forget about
People
Favre.
love Brett Favre.
Yeah. What about
Plus he had 3 MVP, 2 MVPs, 3 MVPs.
Terry Bradshaw is a 4-time Super Bowl
Yeah.
champ, Super Bowl MVP,
Bart Starr.
NFL MVP, Bart Starr. There's going to be some big names left off the list.
Yeah, that's going to be fascinating. If it's only 10, like he said, that's...
Well, you probably could have made the top 50 quarterbacks of all time. You probably could have done that. Honestly, you probably could have.
Are they even ordering the list, though? That's
No,
my thing.
I don't think they are.
Yeah, I don't think they are.
Something probably worth a Google search. But
I do remember that 2010 list. I was all into that list. That was so fun.
yeah. Jerry Rice, number 1.
Mitch, read the comment. What comment? Repost your comments. Richard Seymour or Vince Wilfork? Seymour, in my opinion. Ty Law did not make the list. No.
No.
Mitch, read! And I haven't even updated the score. I've been too focused.
Oof, I think the Steelers are getting the Canucks are getting their ass kicked, I think. 4-1 in the second. Yeah, not
Mitch did not want... What? Allen over the middle! It's picked off by
Steven
the
Nelson!
Steelers!
Welcome to freaking Pittsburgh. Steven Nelson has...
Steven Nelson at the 20! He's reversing field!
Just go down.
And he's
Nice play. You're probably gonna punch me, but he has a better QBR against Stephon Gilmore.
yeah, I bet he does. He doesn't cover the guys Stephon Gilmore covers.
I don't know, man.
I don't know after that game. Gilmore had 2 catches against him, and then he had a pick 6 and another pick. and like 3 pass play hiccups, so it might have passed him now.
Probably after that one, but dare I say, not dare I say, like it was against the Bengals. Like
Tyler Boyd though.
Yeah. Andy Dalton though.
Why are you seriously comparing Nelson to?
No, I'm not trying to compare the two, but I'm just saying like he's quietly had an amazing season.
Yeah, I remember I said to you,
First
right? Did I not say to you that was a good signing?
Oh, you did say that was a good signing. And
okay,
like it's funny that Chiefs fans absolutely thought like, oh, you got a bum.
There's Samuel.
He was the most targeted corner in 2018, a season ago, Steven Nelson.
That makes sense.
It's because he's like 5'11", I think, and they're like, oh, let's pick on that guy.
Also, the Chiefs were like, they played way too much man last year for how bad their secondary was.
Yeah.
It's like, you can't play man like that.
Well, and like, even if you had a good... Oh, cool, 15 yards. Even if you have a good defensive players... Good corners, if you're putting them in man, eventually they're going to get burned.
You don't have any rush, yeah.
Well, that too. Like, I don't care who it is. I don't care if you have 3 Stephon Gilmores on defense. Like, eventually someone's getting torched. Oh. Well, you know what? There was a face mask that wasn't.
That's a bad call right there, says Al Michaels.
I don't really know where that came from.
15-yard first down, though, from the face mask. So at the 10-yard line.
Yards because half the distance to the goal.
Oh, there you go.
And 2-minute warning. Okay, I was like, are they just going to take this delay a game penalty?
All right, so 2-minute warning, 7-3 Buffalo, but the Steelers have a first and goal on the 10-yard line.
This is probably your TSN turning point drive.
Is this the game right here? If they don't score a touchdown.
No, if you get 3 points, like if you pull yourself within a point and you're getting the ball after halftime, it really doesn't matter. But like scoring a touchdown it's points. Like this game's probably going to come down to 4 points. So the difference between a touchdown and a field goal here, I think, is really big. And when you look back when this game's done, 4 points one way or the other is probably what the outcome's going to be. Undefeated in the color rush jersey, so hopefully they keep that around.
Trivia says Steelers miss big play, Will Gay.
Big play.
That's your favorite player.
Fan.
That was hilarious. Bro, I haven't seen the comment. Singh says, Mitch, do you want to see Tom Brady and the Patriots... Mitch, quarterback... Are you asking what quarterback do you want to see facing Tom Brady and the Patriots? Are you saying from like a Patriots perspective in terms of who I want to see in terms of entertainment, or in terms of we can beat that guy? Because that's the 2 different questions.
Like the question being like which quarterback you don't want to face?
Yeah. The question is
right now.
Which do you want to face in the Super Bowl if they make it?
For the Patriots?
Yes.
Or, like, I guess we're both AFC teams. Like, I don't think the
Steelers I guess
Super
it doesn't
Bowl,
really matter.
Any AFC team.
No, but it would be the NFC.
Yeah, no, any NFC team that you
want to face. Okay, 2 different questions. For entertainment purposes, Russell Wilson, because he's the best quarterback in the NFC.
Yeah.
For who I want to face because I think they could beat him easily, or I think it would be good. Cousins.
Cousins he seems like he can pull a good game out of his ass, but you're right. He can play a shit game.
Well, let's think about it. So, Rodgers, no, thank you.
Yeah, he could go off.
I think Breeze is like second on that list.
Of wanting to play?
Yeah.
Well, there's some good quarterbacks there, but the thing is...
This is also a Patriot thing, because Belichick is amazing at, like, versus pocket passers. When it comes to guys that can ad-lib a little bit, it's more difficult for them to scheme. You know what I mean? It's easier to scheme versus guys like that.
Fumble, and they gave the ball away. Oh, what a mistake.
That's the game, folks!
That's a huge play. What a mistake.
That's this game, though. Are they still going?
I think they're going to go all the way to the end zone to slide.
Did they call it dead?
I think they did. Well,
Buffalo 7, Pittsburgh 3. Fumble! Buffalo got the ball back, but we're checking on what exactly is happening here. So,
no, they're celebrating.
Okay, so bad snap on the Wildcat. Connor, kind of a weak handoff, and juggles up in the air, and the Bills just end up with it. I think that's more of a Steelers mistake than a Bills turnover.
Yeah, no.
That was nice hands, though, by Milano. One letter away from Milani.
There you go.
He's good.
That was just
underrated. But that was
they make some weird...
I think they got to get out of that Wildcat.
Pick, yeah. I think they're just trying to be creative by any means necessary.
It's kind of hard when you don't have an offense that can just line up.
Yeah.
But at the same time, that's not really worked out for them.
Yeah. Well, I'd rather than
maybe
just
run a
keep
flea
playing their
flicker.
check down offense, like, honestly.
Run a flea flicker. That always
That
works.
sucks. That really sucks. That is one you're going to want to remember at the end of the game.
1:28 left in the second. 2nd and 6 for the Bills. They're looking to put a field goal up here.
1:20 and they're going slow.
They are going very slow.
I feel like this is going to be your take a shot play.
I don't know who's going to win Walter Payton Man of the Year award.
It's literally a kind of an anyone award.
Ultra says, don't let that distract you from the fact that Chris Boswell's girlfriend cheated on him for Mitch. I don't even know what Chris Boswell's girlfriend looks like, so I can't say that I did.
Well, I can't believe they failed to capitalize on that.
Aaron says, Cousins can only beat bad teams.
Cousins sucks on primetime. He's still like winless on
Cousins
primetime.
has been good this year, though. Stop hating. But I'm just saying, out of Rodgers, Wilson, Breeze, and Jimmy, I'll play Cousins.
You know, I would say Dak is someone I'd want to play because the Cowboys have just... It's more of a Cowboys thing than a Dak thing.
Yeah, that's part of it. Like, I don't want to play Jimmy because I don't want to play Kyle.
Yeah.
It's not really Jimmy. Even though part of it's Jimmy, but, like, not even close to all of it. Oh, my goodness. Singletary with the surge, even though it's only to their own 20-yard line. And the clock is running.
Yeah.
Buffalo has 2 timeouts, 50 seconds, first down.
Unless they're trying something here, I can't see them trying to score before
I think
that.
they were trying the old run it a couple times, see what we get approach.
Yeah, but if you're on your own 10 or your 9-yard line...
Because it's the type of game that it is. Like a...
Yeah.
I don't know, though. There I would have
They're
called
letting
a
the clock
timeout.
Tick, yeah.
If I wanted to go.
Oh, they didn't give it to him 3rd and inches. They moved the ball back.
All right. I throw a bomb here. Deep over the middle.
I hate when Collinsworth says that because then like all the fans online are going to be like, oh, you don't know clock management? There you go. That's why you didn't take a timeout. I bet they don't take a timeout because there's 11 seconds and you're on your 20. Yeah, see, they're not. Halftime. All right, that one hurts. It should be a 1-point game right now. I'd say it's fair. Like that fumble hurts. Let's see what people are saying because I like punishing myself. Huh? Someone take the headset away from Fiechner.
There you go.
What the F is the guy running?
Ultra says, how is Belichick great versus pocket passers? Matt Ryan and Nick Foles torched him in back-to-back games. First off, the Atlanta Falcons, you know this, you're a Falcons fan, of 2016 were a top 10 offense scoring all time. And they only scored 21 points on offense. One was a pick 6. And they didn't score in the second half. Second of all, Nick Foles, the Patriots defense was awful. So I don't think Belichick could do anything about that. Mm-hmm. And Malcolm Butler didn't even play. And that didn't help. So, yeah. And the Eagles' offense was really good. I will give them credit. I know that it looks like it was Nick Foles, but I mean, they had the best offensive line, a top 3 tight end, a good receiving core. I mean, they had a good run game. Like, that offensive line was bullying people that year, so the Eagles were just good. And Doug Peterson was ballsy.
Yeah, at the right times to do it, too. And they got lucky.
Halftime for any of you wanting to know, if you're not watching the game.
All right.
So what's your thoughts on half? Analysis here. Steelers perspective. You give the Steelers perspective, I'll give the Bills perspective.
Okay, Steelers perspective, that turnover at the end really hurts. Like, you hope that's not the difference in the game, but it very well could be.
Yeah.
That's literally taking points off the board.
In a game like this, too.
I think that was a mix of Pouncey having a terrible snap, a bad kind of play call for the situation. They've had a couple.
I don't know if it was a bad. I don't like the Wildcat, but I don't think for that situation it was a bad call.
No, I don't mind it, like, breaking. Well, the thing I hate about the Wildcat is when you put your quarterback at receiver, you're just taking an athlete off the field, essentially. I don't see the point of it.
I don't know why you just don't put a receiver there.
Yeah, like,
or like, if anything, put like a tight end or like someone that can block on the edge.
Yeah, you might as well just add another guy in, or the threat of him getting the ball. Like, I wouldn't even...
a fast guy.
I would play like my corner like 5 yards shade inside and just like shadow, and like if he takes off, then follow. But like
unless it's like Sanu,
but obviously
or someone like that.
But good defensively. The difference in this game right now is the fumble and the shitty punt. That's it. Yeah. 2 plays pretty much are the difference in this game. So you're still in it. You can. Still
and as we said, it would be turnovers.
Exactly.
Bill's perspective. Good to capitalize off the turnovers. Offense has been decent. I wouldn't say it's been bad. I wouldn't say it's been good. They've been able to run the ball, so I would stick with that. Quick passing game, especially over the middle of the field. And John Brown, taking advantage of him has been good. You're not going to get too much in this game offensively, but what they've been doing, I think, has been solid and it's been good design. Defensively, just continuing to attack. Get after it.
Yeah.
They haven't... I mean, the Steelers haven't really had any answers to the Bills' defense. Besides a couple of big plays.
Yeah, a couple big plays, a couple penalties. They've kind of struggled a little bit to move the ball. But, like, this game is, like we kind of talked about earlier, come down to turnovers. The Steelers had the pick, which was essentially punt, so like I hesitate to call, like, it was 3rd down, so the ball
protect the ball. That should be a big thing for both teams.
The crappy punt is more like a pick than the actual pick was.
And we'll see what team gets a little more aggressive on like situations, like fourth down.
Yeah. See, I don't mind throwing a pick if it's 60 yards down the field.
Yeah.
Like, it's like it's basically a punt.
Also, I want to see if anyone runs like some sort of trick play. In a game like this, anything could help, right?
That's like your boomer bust, like all in play. Like,
why not? I mean, why not at this point?
You just wonder what's in the playbook. Every team has a bunch of trick plays. What killed me sometimes is knowing, like, having a couple trick plays in your back pocket and the season ends and you didn't run them. It's like, why not? But every team has something. But
yeah,
I don't know.
I don't mind a trick play a game. Keeps the doctor away, my opinion.
Well, it makes teams have to practice against it.
Too,
like, and like then you're spending way too much time practicing against something that's
the Philly special.
Yeah.
Aaron says the Wildcat is the equivalent of when we used to throw 30 bubble screens a game. I think you're talking about the Patriots?
I think he's talking about the Steelers.
Steelers. Okay. Either way, I think it works.
I they've not really been running that much Wildcat. Like, the screen passes were brutal under Haley. Like, it was a very common theme, but
everybody ran those though.
Yeah, I think
Sean
that was
Payton ran those.
A screen pass heavy era.
Yeah,
like I think we're in a time that you're going to see less and less.
Well, you know what I've noticed is ever since the cover 3 match, like Seahawks defense, it's kind of taken it away more. When a lot of defenses started running that, the bubble screen era sort of died a little bit more.
Yeah,
and it became less efficient.
Yeah, when you're making tackles in the backfield, like
when you have the safety in the box.
Yeah,
what's the point?
Yeah, exactly. And they're getting there like that. You know, they're the second you're catching the ball and you have to try to make a move out of the corner, the safety's going to be there in the second wave. And like once you made one move, sure you could juke a guy out of his socks, but then you're out of position to make a second move and you're just getting decleated.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I would say from like 2007 to like 2012 it was like a big deal.
Yeah. What's nice going back to this game, just quickly, is like with the Titans losing, the Steelers can afford to lose. Like you don't want to lose.
Either the Texans or the Titans losing. Would have been fine.
The thing is, with the conference record, because the Steelers don't play either of them, the Steelers would have moved to 7th if the Texans would have lost. They would have lost their playoff spot. For now, like you don't know what would have happened the rest of the way.
But the way I did it, I do the playoff machine.
Yeah.
Right. So in week 17, my guesstimation is that the Ravens won't play their players.
No. Yeah. Pittsburgh.
Part of that, so the Steelers should win. But the other thing is the Titans and the Texans, they play each other twice.
Yeah.
So even if I think I went through it to the point where. Even if the Steelers would have lost to the Ravens and lost this game and won next week, they still got in.
Yeah. Yeah, no, exactly.
Because I don't know what it is, but they get the advantage over the Titans or the Texans.
It's the conference opponents.
Because I think the only way that the Titans would have, and the Texans maybe? No, I think the Steelers would have still been in. But...
Well, I think the moral of the story here is I think the Titans are going to be that yearly team that gets really hot down the stretch that doesn't make it.
Yeah.
It seems that...
It comes down
that
to...
team last year, too?
I don't know.
Because they didn't make the playoffs last year.
Eagles was that team, and they made it.
But, like, it seems like yearly there's a team that, like, comes roaring back and they miss by, like, a game or two.
Yeah, I think what I was trying to get to there... The Titans, they, even if they would have swept both games, I think the Steelers would have still been in.
Yeah, like, I think Steelers fans are also Texans fans kind of going down the regular season stretch here, but...
like, that's the same thing with Buffalo fans, like, or people saying that the AFC East is up for grabs. Like, even if the Patriots lose to Buffalo, they still need to lose to Miami in Week 17. Mm-hmm. Like, it's like, I feel like part of it, like, if you actually do the math, like, people don't do the math enough on these things.
Yeah.
Like, they just make it a storyline, and then people believe it.
Yeah. The thing is, like, 5th seed really isn't much different than 6. You're probably, even if you're going all the way.
The only thing is the AFC Championship.
Yeah.
The only time I remember an AFC or NFC Championship, correct me if I'm wrong, the only time that I can remember was when the Patriots played the Colts in 2006, and it was like the 3 versus the 4. Those were the 2 worst seeds I remember playing each other.
Yeah, like both collectively.
Yeah, there's been like the Ravens or the Giants who are like the 6.
When the Steelers went as the 6 in 2005, I believe Denver was the 1 or the 2.
The 2, I think.
Yeah.
The Patriots lost to them.
The Colts were the 1. Yeah, the Colts were the 1 because it was the 6 seed. They had to play them. So they played the 2 seed. They played the 1, the 2.
Yeah, like I don't remember like the 5 and the 6 both making it. That's extremely rare.
Yeah, so like it's not gonna. It really won't matter in the grand scheme of it. And you know what? If there's one team that Baltimore probably wouldn't want to play, just because of familiarity and
Steelers play them 3 times.
It's hard to beat a team 3
Ravens.
times.
The thing I said about the Ravens in my contenders video for concerns or weaknesses, they have to play everybody again.
Yeah.
I mean, they played the Texans, they played New England, they played Pittsburgh, they play who else do they play? Kansas City beat them.
Yeah.
That's the team they don't want to play because Kansas City beat them 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
They played everybody in the AFC picture, and then if they make to the Super Bowl, they played the 49ers.
Yeah, already played them. Seahawks.
They played the Seahawks. So,
see, that's one of the reasons why I don't think Baltimore, like, usually winning isn't as sustainable, especially in the NFL. Like, they're playing with some swag, which is huge, but, like, if you lose that...
It's kind of like 2015 Panthers-ish.
A little bit, like...
But even they didn't win.
Sustainable. Yeah.
The thing is, like... He's going to win MVP. We know the MVP curse.
Yeah, it's not great.
1999, if anyone wants to know, last time. MVP, Super Bowl. Same year.
Is that Kurt Warner?
Yes.
Yeah.
Not saying that they are not the favorite, because that's totally different.
Yeah, no.
They are definitely the favorite. But when it comes to actually doing it, it's different.
It's funny, though. It's like the Defensive Player of the Year award, though. It's like flip the script. I think it's like it's a stupid amount way more likely to win the Super Bowl having this defensive MVP. Like, from 0% from 99, like, I think it's more like 30% having Defensive Player of the Year on your team. Like, it's way higher.
Yeah. What was the last time Defensive Player of the Year won? I did do that. I did do that research not long ago. I think
James
it was like
Harrison did it in 2008.
There was like 5 or 6 of the last 20 years that won the Super Bowl.
My mind is just.
Let's go through it. Okay, so 2018 was Aaron Donald.
Aaron Donald last 2 years.
2 years. 2016 was Khalil Mack. No.
Yeah.
2015 was.
Did Von Miller win it the year that?
No, Kuechly was 13. They didn't win it that year.
Okay, I gotta look at Defensive Players of the Year now.
2015 wasn't Von Miller. I know that. Watt? 14 was Watt for sure.
I think he has 1 or 2 or 3.
Watt has 3.
Yeah.
So that might have been 15, 14, 12 for Watt. 13 Kuechly.
Alright, let's look this up.
12. Don't remember.
So Donald, Mack, Watt, Kuechly, Watt, Suggs in 2011, Polamalu in 2010, Charles Woodson in 2009.
Okay, yeah. Polamalu didn't win the Super
Bowl. No, they
lost in the Super Bowl.
James Harrison won the award and the Super Bowl. Bob Sanders in 2007. No, that was not the year they won it.
No, 06 they won it.
Yeah, the year prior. Jason Taylor with Miami, they didn't. Brian Urlacher, they went. Ed Reed.
Nope.
They didn't know. Ray Lewis, no. Derek Brooks.
Yeah.
I think that 2002 is that.
Yes.
So there's 2 there. Michael Strahan, no. Ray Lewis in 2000, yes. So that's 3. Warren Sapp in 99.
No.
Reggie White with the Packers in 98. Was that the year they won?
They lost the Super Bowl.
It was the year before
to the Broncos.
Yeah, but that's like 98 there. So like 3 compared to.
I can't remember what it was. It was some stat. I thought it was Defensive Player of the Year. Maybe I was wrong. Imagine Madden says, want to tell your friend how scared you are to face me in Madden 20 and how I'm going to beat you by 50. Tell him he's wrong.
To beat you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're wrong.
Maybe Burger.
Ooh, LeBron had a pretty good game tonight.
Did he?
Yeah, he went 32, 13, 7, and 3 blocks.
There you go. They win again?
Yeah, 14 straight road wins.
Name 3 quarterbacks who's played bad in any Super Bowl.
Ben in 2005, and they won it.
Yeah.
That was one of the worst ever. He had like 18 QBR. No, or like 21 QBR.
Jared Goff last year.
Yeah, he was junk.
Okay.
Kaepernick until the turnaround.
Cam?
I think Cam played okay. I think he had a lot of turnovers.
Okay, so bad.
Who did Baltimore beat in 2000, whatever it was?
There's a lot.
Big play.
There's a lot of them, though.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. Ooh.
Oh,
they still have.
Oh, Peyton Manning, 2013.
Yeah, Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
I
think his stats actually look kind of good because they were coming back the whole game.
Yeah.
But they lost like 43-8 or something like that.
Yeah.
So. There you go. There's 3.
God, Deontay Johnson, that's the one thing, like, I think is something you'll kind of develop as you develop your skills. He makes some dumb mistakes. And dropping the ball there is definitely dumb. Thankfully, Tevin Jones, another one of the scrub Steeler offensive players, who's a practice squad guy, making a play. This team could definitely use Juju. Like, obviously. Like,
he's your best receiver. I know you don't think he is.
No, like, still, no, I'm saying, like, he is now, but, like, I think Deontay could become the number 1 as early as next year.
Did we see, what's his name, get back in?
Trey White, I believe, is still out. I think they were talking about it being doubtful or something, but we don't have the volume on, so
No.
they're not...
It's hard to, trust me, it's hard to do it with the volume on.
Oh, yeah, no, it'd be all the background.
Would the Saints be more likely to trade for Odell or sign Amari? Definitely trade for Odell because he's not leaving Dallas. Hodges under pressure, throws it out of bounds.
Nice catch by the photographer.
3rd and 3. A big 3rd and 3 here.
Considering the OC, I hope they don't run it, but I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if they run the ball. I think in this situation, you should probably putting the ball in the air.
What's up, Braden? Guys, if you haven't already, make sure that you do Gronk spike the like button. 13-21 in the 3rd quarter.
I'd love to see something simple here, just like a couple unders, maybe just having the tight end sit down right at the...
is this a screen?
Feels like it.
No. Fake screen.
Got it. Nice.
There you go.
That's what I wanted. Except that was Gentry. I think that might be his first career catch, actually.
If it is, it's a big one.
That was the other pick from the Steelers. From Antonio Brown got Deontay Johnson and Zach Gentry. But like those picks apparently is what allowed them to be comfortable enough to trade up for Devin Bush. Take that as what you will. Oh, that could be... Oh, nice cut, James Conner. Holy smokes.
James Conner looking good tonight.
He is.
They haven't ran the ball bad. I think they need to run it more. Fact or fiction, Pats trade for OBJ.
No.
If anyone does, might be them.
But the thing is, like, how could you be so stupid to keep giving the Patriots players? Like, if I was a GM, the Pats called and said, I'd give you 10 first-round picks for a guy. I'm like, well, this guy's clearly the best player in the world. Click. I don't care.
Dude, no, that's exactly what the Giants said. The Patriots wanted him, and the Giants said no. No matter what they offered.
Yeah.
1st and 10.
Well, the Pats offered slightly more for Antonio Brown.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly, it wouldn't have mattered now, but I think that's Snell's first carry of the game.
And they signed him for free, and it still didn't work.
Yeah. Well, like, the difference of the picks would have been, the second rounder would have been, 5 picks higher. Like, it was nothing. Like, I understand why the Steelers did what they did. Like, I'd much rather the Raiders would have, if I was making that trade. Well,
yeah, obviously.
The Bills, I was laughing so hard when I saw that. I was
Dude, imagine how good the Bills would be.
They would have been filthy. Like at first,
I even think the Raiders would be pretty good.
I agree.
I think they would be 9-7. Ooh. There we go. Connor.
Oh, nice.
Broken tackle, and he runs it in for us Steelers.
He's balling
touchdown.
Out. I thought James Conner was slowly working his way out of Pittsburgh. Just like the Steelers.
He's had a rough year.
Yeah.
Considering his first round fantasy value this year.
Yeah. Nice play. That was huge. They needed that big time. Now, if they scored a touchdown before halftime, it looked like they'd be blowing the barn doors off them right now, 17-7. But instead, it's going to be 10-7.
Yep.
Thing to keep in mind.
How's it going, Lori?
I am feeling Minkah Fitzpatrick doing something insane on this drive. You know why?
Because he's
fucking Minkah Impact Fitzpatrick.
That's like William Big Play Gay. Do I know who Rich Gannon is? Yes.
Yes. Well, if that was for our top 10 quarterbacks, there's no way. I'm sorry.
No, it was for him playing bad in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't play that bad.
He played
it was more like the Bucs playing.
Yeah.
Some of the best.
And they knew all his plays.
Yeah. And it seemed like they knew the play call.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. They didn't have hope in that game. Jerry Rice. I still can't believe he played in that Super Bowl. It's so weird seeing Jerry Rice in a Seahawks jersey or a Raiders jersey.
Yeah.
It's what?
Yeah. But that's the only way he could play forever.
To play for those, yeah.
And get the records he has, which are insane.
Yeah, they'll never be caught.
I don't even know how
22,000.
How even today you could pass it, and the game is so that's incredible.
Well, he was healthy for 20 whatever years.
Yeah. And he had a revolutionary offense and 2 Hall of Fame quarterbacks and Bill Walsh.
Yeah. Who's ever gonna get that again? Maybe.
And John Gruden, to be fair.
Yeah, and when you think, I'm trying to think about it,
and Gannon was an MVP
Packers
too.
That's true too. the Packers going from Favre to Rodgers, Hall of Fame quarterback to Hall of Fame quarterback.
Even Peyton to Luck was good.
Yeah, there was no one that like literally had Montana through the start to the end, and then straight to another Hall of Famer who wasn't a rookie. He was like a fifth year or whatever when he took over.
That would have been Brady and Jimmy, but it didn't happen.
They couldn't afford it.
No,
like I don't think
they would have to pay $100 million for Jimmy
for your backup quarterback.
Whatever, yeah.
And like how many guys would that have not? Like is Stephon Gilmore on the team? Is he the second highest paid player right now?
Who?
Stephon
on the team?
Yeah,
I believe so.
See,
he's like
you probably couldn't afford that, or you end up Edelman.
I'm thinking
Edelman
doesn't make anything.
Could he be a cut candidate, Edelman, or is that just insane thinking? No,
he's having like one of his best years.
No, but like how much money is he making?
$6 million.
Okay, never mind that. I thought he was making a lot more than that.
No, he's never made more.
Julian,
than
if you're watching, I apologize.
Ultra said, I wish she was watching. Ultra says, Mitch, what do you think? Why a Tittle making the top 100?
Sounds like another name that's possible.
Unlikely, but I mean because of the people voting on the list. He didn't even make the top 100 in 2010, so I doubt it.
Yeah.
Kerry Collins, Super Bowl 35. Again, he played the 2000 Ravens, so I don't really...
But, like, we also went for the most recent terrible QB performances, I'd say.
Yeah.
And, like, those were the mid-2000s, or early 2000s, rather. Late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah, those ones, that they're talking
about. But, like, it's funny, because we've been blessed with quite a few good Super Bowls. There has been some terrible Super Bowls in the history of the game.
Look at this 9. Look at how big that 10 is.
Wow.
That's how you do it right there. Turtle, I fixed it. Don't worry. 1st and 10.
What do you think of the Devontae Parker extension?
He's played well this year.
He has played well. Ooh.
The thing about Devontae Parker that always bugs me is he's good one game and he disappears completely in other games.
Yeah.
But
it's also who he's kind of working with.
Yeah. The other thing that worries me, though, is Fitzpatrick gets good stuff out of receivers. Because he just throws it.
He does, yeah. That's something that's kind of big for a team and a quarterback, just having like all the confidence in the world to just chuck it.
Yeah. But I think he's pretty good, so he's finally developed into what he should have been.
Yeah.
2nd and 1, Singletary.
I hate
first
2nd
down.
and 1s because like they should always end up in 1st and 10. It's frustrating. Kind of a bad spot if that's where they're putting him, where that top official is. I don't think that's where they are setting it.
No, I think it's the guy that's over the ball.
It's like that's like 2 yards grace there, which is a little convenient.
Oh, in case anybody wants to know, I've officially made Jameis Winston my favorite player in the NFL. There's no debate any longer.
I couldn't be a Bucs fan. Oh.
I don't think I like the Bucs.
That would be mentally draining.
I don't think I'd like him if I was a Bucs fan, but any other fan, great player. 1st and 10.
Drop.
That was a drop. Fullback.
Joe Hayden gave him a 12-yard cushion on that. It was also zone, but I was like, if I'm a quarterback, like, I feel like fans would hate me as a quarterback because, like, I would see that and I'd just be, like, throwing the ball immediately and just picking up 4 yards. Or, like, maybe he makes a move. That's just also a bad throw. That's way too low.
I hate it when defenses play super off, and then at the same time, I hate it when quarterbacks don't just throw the ball really fast.
Yeah, no, like, I'm looking this year just, like, snap and throw it. Like, TJ Watt would have to make a play on the edge. Wow, how did he not get sacked there? And who was that to?
Miscommunication, obviously. 3rd and 10. For the Bills. Big 3rd and 10. Yeah. As Trav Usugi would say.
Big 3rd down. And usually some bullshit happened against the team.
Throw it to Owen Daniels.
Throw it to Anquan Bolden.
I hate Owen Daniels.
Yeah, he took 2 Super Bowls away from him. 2 more.
Pretty much. Which Super Bowl was worse, 50 or 53? 50 was fun because that was at Ryan's and I was drunk.
Oh, wide open. What is that?
Depressing for Brett.
I honestly did feel bad a little bit for Brett.
I wanted the Panthers to win that game.
I kind of wanted Peyton to go off on another ring, so I was happy the Broncos won. Like,
I think you bet on them or something.
Yeah, no. The thing with that too is like, Super Bowls, if my favorite team's not playing in it, like two teams that like I have no like hate against, you can just sit back and just enjoy the game. But I enjoyed it. Which one was 53? Was that the last one?
The last one.
That wasn't a good Super Bowl. Even as a Pats fan, like
that was by far the worst Pats Super Bowl. And the Pats have had like really good Super Bowls.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a weird one. I didn't expect it to be that bad either.
Bill's burning a timeout. As you'll probably hear them say, you're probably going to keep that for the end of the game in a tight one.
I don't know how you felt, though, about last year, but I felt like the AFC Championship was the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Like, once...
The Rams, once it started getting cold, you could see them, like... They had that crazy game a little later in the year against the Chiefs that we all kind of expected to be a crazy game, but after that, like, their games weren't, like, mind-blowing. But, yeah, you know what?
Well, that's how I felt in the moment there.
Could the Chiefs be in the Super Bowl this year? I guess they could be.
I think so, yeah. I think they could win the Super Bowl.
Yeah. It's funny to think, though, like, I watched them and I'm like, is this the Super... Like, I guess they could be. They're going to...
But then you also think, like, they played all those games with Matt Moore.
And, well, you know what? Matt Moore played pretty good. Give him some
and I think they lost by 7 to Green Bay, and they beat Minnesota.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
That could be the teams you're playing in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if it's guaranteed the Niners make it either.
No.
Like,
NFC's tough because I don't...
Some parity.
I think it will be the Niners, but, I mean, they just lost today. And if they continue to get hurt the way they're getting hurt at this point...
Uh-oh.
Oh, nice gash.
Oh, TJ Watt! Deep boy! Sixth forced fumble in the year.
Stop taking away Gilmore's Defensive Player of the Year. That's not very nice.
He's a sack, a pass defended, and a forced fumble. All on prime time. It's pretty big.
That was a nice play by the Steelers, though. And
TJ Watt's stat line has never actually happened before, and he's done it in 13 games.
So, in case you guys missed that out of the excitement,
that was crazy.
Steelers have the ball back.
TJ
Watt stripped the football from the young Singletary. So, Steelers will have the ball back and an opportunity to extend their lead in the second half.
I remember in 2008 when this defense took the field, I'd get excited. Yeah. I have that feeling again.
Yeah.
Like, more so when the
that's how I feel this year, too.
Like,
but then I go to the offense and it's like, I don't want to watch it anymore.
Having the Killer Bees.
Yeah.
That was like crazy. I was like, offense, get on the field. Like, turn the TV off when the defense is out there because I know it's probably going to end bad because it's just kind of junk. But Ben, Bell, and Brown was so much fun. Like, how it ended sucks.
That's like the West Coast Express for the Canucks.
A little bit. Like, disappointing. Like, what was the West Coast Express here that they probably should have done it and then just choked? Was it 2003? 04, yeah.
But
and then the lockout.
This is hockey talk.
Sorry,
they never had a goalie.
Kluche was brutal.
Like I said to Jared yesterday, buddy Jared. I was like, Luongo on that team, they would have won 3 Stanley Cups.
If they had Luongo from his rookie year, Luongo's best years were probably those first couple years in Florida, and then he had a couple years where he absolutely stood on his head.
I would say like 09, 2010 were like his best years, personally.
Yeah, no, like that whole stretch from when he was like honestly. Pretty much right after he was a rookie until like falling out of favor in Vancouver, he was like arguably the league's best, who never won a Vezina, which is a crime, but fair enough. But yeah, no, totally. If he played his whole career on the Canucks, I feel like the Canucks probably had a cup or 2.
Canucks.
And who knows if that changes anything for later years? Maybe a little more confidence going to the playoffs. Maybe they knock off the Blackhawks a year earlier.
Yeah,
go on another run.
Maybe.
Whatever. The cesspool that is Canucks Twitter just makes me sick. And like sometimes I'll clap back.
What's
at
worse,
Steelers?
Like,
you're an effing idiot.
Steelers Twitter or Canucks?
Canucks Twitter. I don't know what it is about. Like, I think some people like losing too. Like, their love of losing is more fun to them than the team's success.
Did you see that picture of that Lizzo? Is it
No.
Lizzo? Is it Lizzo how you pronounce it?
I think
she's a special guest on
SNL.
Yeah. She had like a picture of like her whole ass was out, like in a.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know how to describe it, but it was like trending on Twitter.
Yeah.
And then everyone's like, "Well, Rihanna has her ass out." I'm like, "Big difference. Big difference."
I mean, like, if you want to, then like go for it. Like, I'll probably look at it. And I hope my girlfriend's not watching.
some person was like, "Well, Lizzo is wearing a $10 Fruit of the Loom." And then Rihanna's wearing like some like designer outfit, and I'm like, yeah, it's kind of a difference.
But like, honestly, I'm definitely kind of person that like if someone wants to do it, honestly,
yeah,
like,
who cares?
Whatever, okay, do it. Like
It was at a basketball game though, which is a little weird.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Like, okay, that is weird. Like,
not like an award show or anything
don't do
like
shit
that.
on purpose.
Like people do weird shit at award shows.
In public, I should say. Don't be.
Second and 5, Hodges with a little Ben Pummel. Fumble!
DeCastro or Big Al fell on it.
Good awareness there by the O line.
After the O line is regressing. Obviously, they're getting older, but like I was saying earlier, I think those first 2 picks you got to inject a little bit of youth into the O line. I think the Steelers should
hasn't been as great this year.
DeCastro's still been one of the best guards in football. I love David DeCastro. Pouncey has also been good. Some of his snaps have kind of been erratic, which sucks. Villanueva's fallen off a cliff. I don't know what it is. He's kind of
maybe it's
his feet. He's the youngest one of the 5, other than Fowler. Rather,
feels like he's been there forever.
He really hasn't, which is crazy. Like he got to the league a little bit older.
A lot of this show the 2 backers, the 2 backers in the A gap.
Yeah,
I've noticed that, and then they pop them out. That's been working. Sack on 3rd down. Hodges seems a little confused.
You know what? I wouldn't even say
almost too conservative at this point. Like he doesn't want to make a mistake.
There. No
pressure there. Like this is a good design here, but
and like this is obviously a longer developing play. And then like the Filer shouldn't have come off his guy. And then
Trent Murphy with the sack. 4th and 16.
Bang! Hopefully a better punt. Looks like it because the camera's moving.
Bills will get the ball back to hopefully at least tie here. If you're a Bills fan,
hopefully.
If you're a Bills fan, I didn't finish my sentence.
What do you mean, hopefully? Trying to get that 5th seed, even though like we already talked about it not really mattering. But I guess, if you win your first game, you're playing Lamar no matter what. But I don't care who you are. Like, if you're an AFC playoff team, you probably got to figure that's who you're playing at some point.
Who?
In the AFC playoffs, you're probably playing the Ravens.
If you're a wild card team?
No, I'm saying like if you're the 2 to the 6 seed, you're probably like, okay, like if we.
You're thinking that you probably will have to play them. But
yeah,
that's not like for sure.
No, it's not for sure, but like that them being the favorite.
Yeah.
So like it really doesn't matter like the 5 or the 6 seed. Like I doubt.
What are you trying to say by that?
It's like if you're the 5 or the 6 seed, you win.
Yeah.
The other seed probably is going to lose just based on like you're the 5 or 6 seed for a reason.
Yeah.
If you're the 5, you're probably seeing Lamar because the 6 didn't win. If you're the 6, you have to see you're going to number 1 no matter what.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, Buffalo just played Baltimore last week.
Yeah. They played them pretty good.
Yeah, they did.
Scary times there. If Buffalo could have knocked the Ravens off, then one night they could have bumped the Pats in a wild card.
Yeah, it's the Pats' own fault. Lose to the freaking Chiefs because the refs.
You know, I don't feel too bad about the refs sometimes. You know, all comes.
I don't completely blame the refs, only partly.
There were bad calls. Period. Like
I wouldn't have complained if it wasn't 2 touchdowns, like literally.
Yeah.
But yeah, it happens.
Like it sucks. Like
it happens.
Like a bad call in the first quarter. It's like it probably might affect the game, but like you don't remember
one that directly would have tied the game.
It stands out so much more.
Which that game, I didn't think they had it like. At a certain point in that game, when it was like 23-6 or whatever, I was like, this game's over.
Something kind of off topic that I've kind of noticed a lot recently. Pass interference challenges.
Yeah.
I think coaches are just like, screw it. What's the point of doing this anymore?
challenging it.
Yeah, I feel like the challenge
I
might be taken out.
have noticed that it's been a little bit better in terms of winning it. Because early in the season, it was ridiculous.
Yeah,
like nobody was winning.
But
was, like I think it decided the Dolphins-Jets last week. Like it got overturned.
Well, yeah, no, but like I feel like it still is getting thrown. Like even if it's close, if it might be pass interference, there's no point.
Yeah.
Like because you know you're not going to win the challenge.
Screen pass to Singletary. Maybe a yard on that one. So 2nd and long. Flag on the play.
It's probably because it's a quick throw. It's probably on the offense. Unless there's hands to the face, which I can't see. Illegal formation is my guess, or a legal shift, or they just pick it up.
Nathan says they're both playing great. Let's go Steelers. Hodges is better than Rudolph. Hodges ain't the future, though, in my opinion.
Well, Rudolph's confidence is shot.
I don't like Rudolph at all. I'm just going to be honest.
Yeah, fair enough.
Not as a player and as a dude. I don't think he's very...
I don't think he said what he was claimed to say, but, like, who's to know? I wasn't there.
No, I'm not even talking about that. I think the way he reacted, like, just
shitty?
being a little puss.
Diva and, like, putting his hands up and
like, the press conference, like, being the victim
and
all that stuff.
Yeah, no, I totally agree.
He doesn't feel like a starting quarterback in the NFL to me.
Yeah, and you know what? I don't think he really is that kind of guy anymore. Uh-oh, get him down.
Allen with a few yards on a scramble.
It's funny that the Steelers probably, because of his scrambling ability, takes stats away from the other side. Josh Allen.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he turns, like, those 2-yard sacks into a 2-yard gain.
Yeah.
Which, like, is great for your team, but then the guys on the other side, they're like, well, shit, like...
Sometimes he does also give you sacks because he'll run around, like all those quarterbacks do, like Deshaun Watson, for example. Like, sometimes he'll take a sack away, but then he'll give you a sack back because he's still running around, like, when you should throw the ball away.
Yeah. Another thing going back to that Mason Rudolph talk, that was...
Another rough handoff.
That one goes the wrong way. Cam Hayward again, he's making a couple plays there. He'll be in the Pro Bowl this year.
Oh, my goodness. Look at how red his face is.
Oh, that's their visors. They're all wearing, like, these weird pink visors for Pittsburgh. They've done it all year.
Is that like a breast cancer awareness?
No, it's been all year. Like, it must be a thing because they're all wearing it. Like, I don't think there's any smoke visors or clear visors. They're all this, like, pink tinge. There must be something to it. I haven't seen anyone talk about it. I would love for, like, one of these guys, Collinsworth or Michaels, to be like what's the deal
I
with
think
this?
he would need, like, a helmet expert to talk about it. I don't think they would even know.
No one's mentioned anything about it, but, like, every visor on the Steelers that's worn has this pink tint.
3rd and 13, incomplete. No flags, it looks like.
Took a shot. Hayward again. Great series for Hayward.
Hayward in the backfield all day long.
Mason Rudolph, what I was trying to say earlier, he was the best deep ball thrower in that draft class. Like, that's what he was talked about. That was his best skill.
And he doesn't throw it.
And he doesn't throw it down the field. And then, like, the guy who has the most confident or best connection with James Washington isn't the guy that played college football with him. Devlin Hodges looks way better throwing the ball to James Washington than Mason Rudolph has in the NFL.
Devlin Hodges has a bigger arm.
You know what? I don't even know if he necessarily does, but I think Mason Rudolph has developed a terrible habit of short arming the ball when he's throwing it downfield, not to the line of scrimmage. Like, you'd see him pull up and not follow through. Like, he let the ball go and, like,
maybe
his
it's
arm
mechanics.
over there. His confidence and mechanics are shot. Like, that's hard. Like, I don't think you just find that. You don't just pull that out again. Like, that takes years if he sits behind Ben, but I would love the Steelers to go after a quarterback. Like, maybe if Jalen Hurts fell to them in the second round, I can't see that happening. I honestly can't, unless they moved up again to, like, the top of the second. Because I could see him slip a little bit, but I still think he's going to be a highly picked quarterback. But I think what you have to do is either next year find someone that you want to develop and trade up for.
I will say, this is a fascinating class of free agent quarterbacks.
I think
the next
Tannehill's
2
definitely
years in
re-upping.
particular.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
What's happening with Winston? Like, has he earned himself?
Winston has to get... He's going to be a
playing in
starter
Tampa Bay?
somewhere.
Yeah.
And I would think it's Tampa. Because as much as you want to say the guy is turnover prone, which he is, their secondary is by far the worst in the NFL.
Yeah.
They give up 30 points to just about everybody in the league. Like, they didn't to the Lions because they had David Blow or whatever his name is.
Or whatever.
But, like, you can't win game. Like, if they had any sort of secondary, they would probably be like 8-8 or 9-7 at least.
Yeah.
Their offense is good. They score versus everybody.
Godwin and Evans are...
And now they're both out.
And they're both out, yeah. That hurts them the rest of the year, but not like they were going on a run anyway.
But I'm thinking if Arians is staying there, which I think he is, he wouldn't just come back for one season.
Yeah.
He's going to want Winston again.
I think so. Where do you think Mariota ends up?
Back up for, like, a team that has a quarterback that I think is borderline starter.
Like what Tannehill did.
Yeah.
Becoming this year's Tannehill.
I don't know exactly where. Or maybe a team with a young quarterback that maybe he could mentor them a little bit, and then if they get hurt, like maybe like the Cardinals.
Yeah, that could be interesting. Or maybe Cleveland.
Yeah.
Well, but then, like...
I don't know if you want anyone behind him.
Oh, you think that...
I don't trust Baker. I feel like he's too sensitive.
He might take that too personally?
Yeah. I don't know.
But, like, for me, I'm thinking, like, maybe even the Bengals. I feel like Dalton's probably going to be shown the door. But
Dalton will go somewhere as well.
Why I'm saying these AFC
backup.
North teams is, like, because he has that running ability in practice that you could... Not to the degree of Lamar Jackson, but he helps you in practice. You know?
Yeah. Dalton kind of feels like the next Redskins quarterback, almost guaranteed.
Really?
Well, like, you, like, read the list of guys that they've had over the past, like, 5 years, and he's, like, right in line with what they had. I was just thinking about it in my mind.
What do you think of Dwayne Haskins? I think he's an NFL backup, honestly.
I think he has potential, but it's way too early to see, and he has no talent other than Terry McLaurin around him. The offensive line is depleted. Besides Trent Williams,
kind of like injuries.
Is gone. Like, he's not playing this. He hasn't played this year. Trent Williams. AP has been good for an old running back, and Geis is always hurt.
Yeah.
And their tight ends aren't there.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, name the second receiver on the Redskins.
I couldn't. I literally couldn't.
Exactly. So I don't know how you can judge a rookie quarterback.
Oh, there's Trey White, 27.
It was the same thing with Josh Allen last year, although Josh Allen was better than Haskins. But, like, Josh Allen had, like,
a little bit more around
Jones. He had a good defense. But.
Yeah, no, that helps. Skins don't really even have that.
All right, 10-7, 2nd and 2, third quarter, 4 minutes and 15 seconds left.
Big second down.
Big 2nd and 2.
I'd like to see play action here.
Oh. Hodgins.
No. They're probably
Nice
short,
tackle.
but it depends on the spot.
Nice tackle by Alexander. 3rd and inches.
I would love to see them run up to the line and run a QB sneak.
There you go.
Running a bootleg out to your non-throwing side is always tough. I feel like when you're running that way, you're able to kind of load up a little bit more if you want to, like, launch it down the field, but, like, the ball's going to arc towards the sideline. So, like, you're almost guaranteeing that, like, that flat route is what's going to be run.
Kevin Durkant says, why are the Steelers winning? OMG. Bills win.
Called it. Oh, nice dive. There you go. Hey, I called the last 2 plays in a row. A little Tony Romo action here.
I honestly hate it when I call the plays that, like, the Patriots run, because I'm like, that's too predictable. I predicted it at home.
I could be the OC. And then coming back from a play like that, I'd love to see them work the ball down the field. Let's see if I'm right. But I wouldn't be surprised, considering Fichtner, if they ran it. But I would like to see a throw down the field, like an intermediate throw at a 15-yard range. But I could totally see a run here.
You know what we haven't seen all game?
What's that?
Like a jet sweep. I feel like I see those like 5 times a game.
They attempted the jet sweep. Oh, that was the fumble to Deontay when it got coughed up in the air.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess. Successfully, we haven't seen it yet.
Embarrassingly. Like the jet sweep is like probably you're gonna like either gain 0, lose 7, and then on that rare chance you gain 20.
Honestly, it's been so effective over the past 2 years. The offenses
The
that
teams
run
that are
it,
good at it,
yeah,
are good at it. Oh,
and it's usually the good
nice
offenses.
play again. James Conner gave himself up for a shot there. He's lucky he didn't get blasted.
First down, James Conner.
Now lost a shoe. Here comes Benny
2 minutes
Snell,
remaining in the third.
Benny Snell runs a very similar game to James Conner, but I think he's a higher ceiling. He's got to develop a little bit, but...
Have you given up on the James Conner?
No, not at all. This is one of his... Other than the Chargers game, he's playing very well tonight. I haven't really looked up the stats yet. I can't imagine it being too good, but he's not nearing 100 yards, that's for sure. But he's
Hodges has 110 yards.
Which honestly feels a little surprising. But he did have that long pass to Washington earlier in the game.
Rush off the edge! It's picked! There he is! Tre'Davious White! 30! 20! Out of bounds! Putting the Bills...
Huge.
That was such speed just to like...
That wasn't...
Planting his foot to the ball? That was fast.
That was fast. That one hurts. Big time.
Tre'Davious White's been a monster. He hasn't played the whole game, but he's been a huge reason the Bills are in this game. That comeback route, read it. Not a crisp route by the receiver there.
Deontay probably.
Yeah. It was. And I think part of that was he just read him all the way. He ran the route better than the receiver there, Mike. Ducky. I feel like a guy like Duck should have a beard.
I feel like he could probably grow a decent beard, but those like the Steelers, like what I was saying, that turnover battle, they tied it up earlier, but
Here comes jet sweep. Aw.
TJ, no,
Oh, run up the middle, gash him.
It's funny.
That's the third leading rusher of all time, Mike.
It feels like they have him contained, like oftentimes, not regardless of who's in the backfield, but then a crease opens up, and the Bills have done a really good job running the ball. But again, yeah, Frank Gore, he's just done it for so long. It's crazy.
Yeah,
it's like you forget about him in Miami and Indianapolis, and now Buffalo.
He's Frank the Tank. And until he retires, Jack Cowie will pick him in fantasy.
I don't really see why you'd pick him up anymore. Is this his last year? Is he done? I thought he was going to be done after the year in Miami.
Honestly, I'm not lying when I say this. I think he can still play.
TFL?
Even though he just got tackled for a -2. But
No, he totally can. It's crazy that he had like a little bit of injury problems. A little bit. And then...
like in his prime.
Yeah, and those two Niner years. Didn't he tear his ACL in like his third year or something?
And he tore his ACL in Miami.
Last year?
No, in Miami.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And he hasn't really had much issues since.
No.
3rd and 2. They might take this into the fourth quarter, though. Okay. Yeah. We'll see.
In a tight game, why not try to steal a... Yeah, it looks like they're not taking it.
All right. Fourth quarter, 3rd and 2 at the
This one could be
10.
like the play of the game.
It is a play of the game, in my opinion.
Well... I think not scoring before halftime minutes.
If they don't, I think they might. Considering it's 10-10, they'll kick the field, or it would be 10-10. I think they would kick the field goal, but
there hasn't been much ball movement. Like I know they've gashed them a couple times, but like usually drives have been stalled.
But then again, if you get that first down and you score a touchdown, that's so big.
4 points.
Yeah,
force Pittsburgh.
And then
Pittsburgh
even if you get stopped, they get the ball at 10-yard line. I might consider go for it there. If it's let's say it's 4th and 1.
Well, I'm sure the analytics guys, it probably tell you it would be wise to go for it.
Robot guy said that Gilmore would have took that back for a touchdown. I don't think so, but maybe. Steelers start Paxton Lynch next week. Fact or fiction?
Fiction. Hodges only one of the picks, I don't really fault them for. The first one, that last one was kind of crappy, but it is what it is.
No, the Rams likely are not making the playoffs. I didn't think they would make the playoffs even if they beat Dallas. They would finish, I think, because they have to still play the 49ers. They have to beat them. But if they finish 10-6, which they would have to win both of the last 2 games, they're not going to make it because Minnesota is maybe 12-4 or 11-5. So
yeah, they need a lot of help.
That's pretty crazy though. 10-6 not going to make the playoffs this year.
Yeah. Well, there's some years. Well,
Or
8-8 might make you the playoffs depending on your
Yeah. That's also crazy considering how bad the NFC East is. But considering I have never seen a team so talented in such a bad division be bad.
Yeah. Yeah. It doesn't make sense.
Usually if your division is that bad, you just even if you're that talented, even if you're not really gluing together or meshing, you still find a way to have like a 10-6 record. You know what I mean?
Usually, yeah. Well, talent alone can win you games.
Yeah.
Like you hear opposite sometimes, but it can still win you games.
Yeah. As you see with the Steelers. Somewhat.
Defensively. Well, I'd say there's a lot of decent things coaching on the defensive side of the ball, but there's a ton of talent. There's a lot of high draft picks on this team.
3rd and 2.
Here we go. Oh, he kept
It's the Josh Allen run!
Oh, I don't know.
And he dives and he gets it.
No, they're going to whistle him.
I think he got it. I think based off that lunge. Look at that spot. They're going to take the John Cena chain gang out.
Are they going to have to pull the piece of paper out again?
What game was it that they did that?
It was last year, wasn't it? Oh God, it was a primetime game. I remember that because everyone was watching it. Damn.
Name quarterbacks who have played good in the Super Bowl.
It's
easy.
Yeah, you could say Brady, and then you got like 5.
Brady, Joe, Steve, Aikman. All the great ones.
Bradshaw.
Rodgers.
Yeah, Rodgers played pretty good in that Super Bowl.
Pretty.
Don't
Eli.
about that one too much. Yeah, you know what? He had some nice... Uh-oh. Oh, nice tackle. Joe Hayden. Wow. That was honestly, touchdown-saving tackle right there. I know the troops were coming, but... Wow. You hardly make those and get the guy down.
They were going goal line there. Goal line. Big
wow.
boys.
On Frank the Tank.
Frank the Tank. You gotta make a miss, Frank!
I love seeing Joe and Minka together and being like, look at us. Who would have thought? Not me.
I love that.
That's, the greatest meme ever. They keep running
more Frank. Oh, the pass! Oh, I thought you were going to pass it.
TJ gets another.
Do you think he was going to pass that? The way he was carrying the ball.
Do you think so? I think he just bubbled out because there was nothing there.
That was weird to cut. He usually runs lower, though.
Yeah. This is a huge play. It's going to be about, 3rd and 14? Obviously throwing it to the...
Look!
Oh,
dude, he was going to throw it!
He was!
Yeah! That would have been epic. Frank Gore. I've never seen him throw it.
Halfback pass? Was it open? The tight end?
I think it might have been a receiver coming across.
Mike Hilton was...
I don't think it was. That's why he took it down.
Well, at first, when that first flash on the screen, I was like, is that Allen? I was like, oh no.
That's a fat Josh Allen
Well,
right
I just flashed, and I don't know what I was thinking, but...
You are not like, oh no, you're like, oh yeah.
Oh yeah, the Kool-Aid guy. Fuck them kids.
How did I know the Cowboys were going to win? I said it on the picks. I literally had no logic behind it. I was just like, I have a feeling the Cowboys are going to win. And they won.
Yeah.
And they didn't just win.
They whooped that ass.
They whooped that ass. Guys, if you haven't already, if you're subscribed, but you haven't hit the notification bell, which, by the way, thank you for subscribing. But if you haven't hit the notification bell, you're doing it wrong. Because then you don't get the latest upload.
Oh, here's a question from online. If Gore's going to pass, does that make it a sack? Because that'd be TJ Watt's 14th and a half sack in the year.
I think. I don't know. Is it if it's a quarterback? If it's not a quarterback, does it count as a sack?
I don't know.
That's a good question. I've never thought of that before. Yeah.
Oh, 5-yard loss. I thought that was 4. Wow. Oh, and a draw. TJ Watt! Oh my goodness, what a game he's having. Another TFL. Depoy, I'm telling you, primetime TJ.
I don't like that call.
I don't understand the draw on 3rd and 15 on your goal line. If goal to go.
Like, I understand the draw when you're on your goal line.
Wow. Got him down. What a play. I think he's stealing your boy's award.
Nah.
Hey, it's about the primetime game.
Nah. Heard it. Nah. Next week versus Buffalo, Gilmore will get it back. 36 yards!
Oh,
I thought it got blocked for a sec. I couldn't see it with the light in the way. But it's good.
Watt's doing what he needed to do for his award. He's getting paid. Those Watt boys make money.
He getting paid.
I can't. How did TJ Watt fall to the 30th pick in that draft? Taco Charlton, one pick ahead of him.
Because he was, yeah.
He had one.
Taco only went ahead of him because he had a cooler name.
I still can't believe Green Bay didn't take him, and then Dallas
that was shocking. Green
Wisconsin,
Bay
yeah.
But I think it was because he wasn't like refined.
He only had 1 year.
Yeah,
passing.
That's why
rusher.
that was his thing. Like,
he had like I can't remember.
He was like everyone was worried he was just an effort player, and his name was Watt, so everybody liked him. That was his thing.
But like I think you take the name away if someone has 1 year experience being a pass rusher and like gets home many times.
Yeah.
Like how many more years is he going to develop better and better and better? Like I still don't think this is peak TJ Watt. I think next year he's going to have better stats if he's healthy, and the year after that probably again.
It's helped that their defense as a whole is better.
I agree.
Makes everybody better.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll see.
Those are 2 huge plays.
And the Watts and the Bozas. White magic right there. Off the edge.
Honestly, if I was a Charger, I'd be like, hey, Derek, you want to play D? We don't necessarily need you, but...
Bro, it's like the rise of the black quarterback and the rise of the white pass rusher. That'd be funny.
I mean, not try to, like, look at people based on their skin tone, but like it's funny. Like
it's funny
how it kind of all
reversing.
Works. Yeah. But then like I think if you look at the draft, Tua is like Samoan. He's like part of He's mostly Islander.
He's rock.
Justin Fields, I believe, is next year. How many other guys are coming up?
No, but I mean when you look at like Mahomes is half. Like you look at like.
Well, I mean, you still are, regardless.
Yeah, you look at in our society. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, but you look at you look at Lamar, Mahomes, Wilson, Watson.
4 of the best quarterbacks this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm missing some, but like it's pretty crazy. It's different too.
Made the tackle. Okay, I was like
10-10.
If you told me it'd be 10-10 in the fourth quarter, I'd tell you, yeah. I would put money on it.
Yeah, honestly.
10-10 in the fourth quarter. Wow. That's pretty impressive. He only had a 5-yard head start. Nice play, Matt.
See ya, Mr. Singh. Thanks for joining us.
Oh, this game, honestly, considering all the turnovers and everything that's kind of happened, I feel like Pitt should be winning this game by a little bit more than a tie game right now. But mistakes, obviously, you knew were going to happen, so this is fair.
I think it's been fairly even, considering the Steelers haven't done much on offense.
Yeah.
1st and 10, throw out to Washington for about 3 yards. Tre'Davious White. Him
2 picks.
Him and Watt going back and forth right now.
Yeah, great game from either. Like that, his first pick, good play by him. He pinpointed the ball better than James Washington, who had I think the better field position or body position.
Look how fast he's running.
That throw there was way behind Deontay. That should have been like way more towards the sideline.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
no,
throw.
like, he made 2 good plays.
They got that extra guy in the box.
Ooh. Uh-oh.
Interesting. So,
7. 3rd and 15, I have no confidence in this offense picking up 15.
3rd and 15 upcoming for the Steelers. Yeah, 15 yards versus this defense.
15 yards versus any defense.
Any defense for the Steelers.
It's been pretty hard to watch the offense. Like, there's been some splash plays that they made this year, but you've kind of been winning a lot of these games, kind of getting a special team score, a defensive score.
Yeah.
They've done it a lot of times.
I feel ya.
Yeah. You know as well as I would. See, they're giving them some cushion
15.
right now, which could be a mistake.
Yeah, I kind of thought they were going to come with that same blitz look. They didn't. Time. Throw underneath here, but they tackle before the first down marker. So, most likely a punt upcoming.
Yeah, I don't love it. But, like, honestly, the Bills are only getting their points off good field position.
Yeah.
They've started both those drives inside the 40.
So, well, you have to get a good punt here. 10 minutes, 35 seconds left in the fourth. 4th and 3 is bringing out Barry for the punt.
What's nice is, though, that gain of 10, a little bit more than that, it looks like. We'll flip the field a little bit more. It'll make it a bit tougher, depending on the punt, but that's kind of been Barry's first shank, really, this year. Oh, they jumped. First down Steelers.
Are you kidding?
Wow.
Look at that guy.
Yeah, it was Matakevich. Holy smokes, what a mistake.
10-18 in the 4th. The Steelers.
Wow.
Oh! I was going to say the Steelers got a first down. Psych!
Who did that?
Dante Culpepper. False start.
He's been doing that all year long.
Yo, did you see
That
those
sucks.
cleats?
Well, it's like the My Cleats thing, but I wasn't really looking for him particularly.
No, look at this. Next time they play.
Was it the
They got like 3 different on the protection.
Yeah.
Look.
Oh, yeah. That's a lot of colors. That stinks. I thought they just picked up a free first down.
I did too. But it was a false start, so the Bills will get the ball. Fair catch by Roberts at the 31. So the Bills will get it at the 31. 10 minutes remaining in the game. It's big clutch time. Let's see who stands up.
Tie game?
Mm-hmm.
The third tie game of the year? Possibly?
Tie. That would be
Buchanan
epic.
scoring
Tie.
again.
Guys, give me a 1 in the chat if you think the Steelers will win. Give me a 2 if you think the Bills will win. And don't just give me a 1 to make Mike happy.
I mean, you could.
You could if you want. It's up to you.
Honestly, where we are at this game right now, this game is going to come down to the last turnover. I feel like there's only really one more turnover in this game.
You think there's going to be another turnover?
Well, if not, I could see this.
Well, maybe to end the game.
Well, yeah. I think right now neither team's really moving the ball that well. All game long, and we knew this was going to be the case.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we knew that was going to be. This game is
unless
playing
there
out
was
exactly the way we thought it would.
Unless Allen were to just chuck it deep to John Brown.
Yeah.
I guess that could happen for either side, but I just don't see it happening. The Bills haven't taken any of those deep shots, and I wonder if they're going to keep trying to run the ball after that drive. Well, like, to the degree, I think there was like their last 7 offensive plays have been run plays, and I think 5 of them were like gains of 0 or less. Other than that, Allen first down.
Maybe they should just run it with Allen.
He's a load. Like
He's like Cam-ish. Not as fast, but...
Like, you could totally, like, spam a quarterback doing that, but it would, like, totally shorten his career by a decade. Every season.
Are you talking like the Ravens? But the thing that's crazy about Lamar...
He's a finesse runner. Like,
and he
can
also
avoid hits.
never gets hit.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like,
He's Barry Sanders.
when they have to pay him, I feel like Baltimore is going to, like, sag a bit, because...
Oh, yeah. Every team does.
A little renegade time?
Renegade time at the correct time. 10-10. Even though I would have played it before the offense went out, but that's just me. Christian.
They only play it before the defense goes out there.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. Christian, 1. Kevin Durkant, 2. Robot Guy, 2. Havana, 2. Black says 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. I don't know what language that is. 1.
I guess we'll see.
Bryce, 2.
I like that the Steelers have their defense out on the field.
Robot Guy said, sorry, Mike. Allen deep down the field, and there it is! You called it!
The deep shot to Brown.
But there's a flag.
Uh-oh.
Hold up.
Uh-oh.
Might be defense.
Uh-oh, he's slowing down.
40-yard pass connection with John Brown. We'll have to see what the flag is. It's probably holding on someone or interference on someone.
Oh.
It was on the defense, so the play is declined, and that's a huge play.
Yeah. Wow, I was 100% on that. I said unless Allen...
And there's your shutdown corner, Nelson. That's all it takes. One play.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen worse defensive pass interference calls, but he caught the ball regardless, so...
Yeah, I think it was the hand over the net.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it was a good catch by John Brown.
Play. That's not good.
Allen going back down the field to John Brown again, but that one's incomplete. So,
Wow.
2nd and 10.
Well, they're really spamming the same plays, eh? Seems like they ran like the same dozen or so plays all game long.
Maybe they feel like these are the only plays that are working, so we're
Yeah.
just going to go with those.
Yeah, that could have been a pick.
Bodo says, screw Mike, pick one to make me happy.
We're on the same team here.
2nd and 10 at the 30. McKenzie motion and a handoff to Singletary. He has room to the 20. The 15 out of bounds. Big run from Singletary, a.k.a. McCoy Jr.
Have to keep him out of the end zone. And he wears the same helmet and face mask.
I know, it's kind of weird.
No, the exact same swag.
It's almost creepy. They had the motion receiver, the pull guard.
All game.
And Singletary followed it for a first down.
Holy smokes. That was big. That pass, obviously, was big.
Another stretch run. Singletary reversing field. Makes the guy fumble. He fumbled it.
Oh, I think Brown came up with the ball.
That might be an unsung hero play by John Brown if the Bills keep possession. Let's see.
He has it, yeah.
He has it. Wow. John Brown with the 2 biggest plays of this
There's
drive.
been a lot of fumbles in this game for the Bills.
Yeah.
Tyson Alualu. Nice.
Forced strips, too. There's one on the Steelers side, too.
Too bad it wasn't TJ again, so I could...
There's been like 5 fumbles in this game.
Yeah, it's not raining. It's just like ripped out of the guy's arms.
It's just defense.
Yeah. I think another thing you probably could have seen out of this... Yeah. Whew, this is stressful.
Devin is thinking overtime.
I wouldn't be surprised, but I don't think a score is helping Pittsburgh in any means. Oh, swatted. Is it Alu again? It seems like every drive here, someone's becoming a hero for the Steelers.
I wanted to say he got TJ swatted. But...
The Cam Hayward 3 drives ago went off. TJ Watt last drive. Now Tyson Alu is playing out of his mind. Unless it was Watt. Nope,
no,
Tyson.
Almost.
It could have been.
Trivia says, Bills, please win.
No! My heart can't take it.
He says Steelers don't deserve to make the playoffs.
Why not? I feel like they do, just based on like what they've had to go through.
That's rough, Trivia.
But
3rd and 9.
Oh.
Allen stepping up. He hits his man, Tyler Kroft, the former Bengal, for the touchdown.
Brutal.
That was open, wide open.
Yeah.
That looked
rough. Not good.
Look at McDermott. 6 plays, 70 yards, most of it coming on the 40-yard catch to John Brown. John Brown then jumped on the fumble. So John Brown, unsung hero, but Kroft ends up in the end zone. That looks like cover 2, maybe.
Yikes. Not great.
Croft, the corner route.
Damn.
And Edmonds just a little late there. Nobody playing underneath on him either. So extra point, and it's good.
Uh-oh. Well, again, going back to that before the first half. Before the first half, not scoring. Hurts mega.
Trivia says, let's go! And then he says, Dak sucks. Dak doesn't suck. Bodo said, crap touchdown. I did change the score. Did I? I didn't change the quarter, though. I always forget the quarters. It's the hardest thing to remember. So?
Well, I don't like that, obviously. That hurts. Steelers, if I'm the Bills, I'm bringing pressure like crazy again. And honestly, if someone makes a play, then so be it. But bring the heat if you're the Bills.
Bring the
heat.
heat.
This is not a great...
Bills are bringing the heat, says Mike. Or that's his recommendation.
Barron passed off to Edmonds, who was sleeping.
That's what it seemed like.
Yeah. The two weak links to the defense.
Yeah.
Of the 11 guys that are balling out right now, I'd say, like, if you're targeting anyone, if you got those two guys on the same side of the field... My eyes
Yeah, but then you don't want to make both sides crappy.
Ooh, I feel like you can hide one player a little bit better.
Balance it out. Big drive.
Big first down.
I'm excited. What's my team? You see it? Beach Boss says my over is 37, so matching touchdown and overtime field goal. There you go. That's what he needs.
You know what I'd love to see, though? Like, the Steelers having the balls to go for two if they were to score a touchdown. That's a big if. Like, can they get points? Who knows? It doesn't seem very likely, but if they can put points on the board and get in the end zone, being able to be bold enough to take the lead might be important, because I don't know how many more times they're getting in the end zone without a turnover. There's no ties. This game really isn't affecting their season too much. Like, you're basically just got to beat the Jets if you lose this game, and then you still can make the playoffs. Just
I will say this, though. The Steelers are one of those teams, based on how they play, they can lose to anybody.
Yeah, I agree. They can.
So, even though this year, like in years past, it was much worse where they would lose. Like I said this on the playoff machine video. I was like, in years past, they'd lose to the Jets next week.
Yeah.
Because they just would fall asleep at the wheel.
Yeah, like they'd win this one.
But this year, it seems like they're desperate because they know they don't have that talent where they can't afford to, like... But we'll see.
And now, like, I feel like it wasn't a Mike Tomlin thing when a couple of those seasons. I think it was just more of, like, offensive players feeling like they could take a day off. Just because they think they're too good. Like, honestly, like, you kind of look at some of the egos of the players now. Like the Bell and Browns, and even Ben to a degree.
They're more of a team.
Yeah. Everyone's kind of rallying around there.
I feel like Tomlin has more of a hold on the team. Like he didn't have the team before, I felt.
Yeah.
Devin says, I got a question for the guy on the right. Could the Steelers win the division with Big Ben? Or have won the division?
Well, I think you look at the games they lost. And how many of those were one-score games? They could. I think they beat San Fran. Like, just say they still lose to Seattle. Like,
okay.
Because Ben wasn't playing great. But They couldn't score. They had no offense creativity. I think they beat San Fran. I think they beat Baltimore because they literally played with Duck Hodges the whole second half of that game, and he had no practice reps and wasn't even.
And Duck Hodges on 3rd and 10 is going on. I thought he was going for a big play, but he throws it out of bounds.
So that's like pretty much exactly what you couldn't afford to have happen. So that's not good. But I think with Ben, I think you're
taking a sack though would have milked the clock.
Yeah. So like getting the ball out was great, but what I said was bringing pressure.
And they brought that same blitz package. 2 guys in the A gap, and they had the corner come off the edge, or that in this case, Hyde, the safety. Forces Hodges to get rid of it, and Hodges hasn't been able to read it, and the good coverage on the back end. So
I think if you're the Steelers now, you're playing for OT. You're like if
you need a touchdown.
Next time you get the ball, like you just forget about.
And maybe you get a little bit more aggressive on defense.
Yeah,
because your offense isn't. They're not scoring.
Someone needs to make a play. I'm a little surprised by that an offensive touchdown like that happened, but the big play, obviously, gaining like 40 yards is huge, and then the touchdown having a guy wide open.
So there it is. They're explaining the playoffs. Steelers are in if they win 2 of the final 3 games.
And there are out there, like they said.
You got to count on
or the Titans.
The Ravens not playing anybody, I think. I'm not saying you can't beat the Ravens, but
the Titans gotta. If the Titans lose again, they just gotta win 1 game.
Oh, okay. You gotta beat the Jets.
Yeah, the Jets is kind of there. I thought tonight was their Super Bowl before the Titans lost. Bang. I hate when Watt's not in the game. I feel like their chances of a big play are way lower.
That's probably true.
I wonder if Suggs does end up in Baltimore or accepts playing for someone else.
The Colts are not making the playoffs.
Aren't they already eliminated?
I thought they were.
Watt is still on the sideline. Come on. I guess a 3 and out, you kind of got to give some guys a rest, but it makes you sweat a little bit. Bang. Stuffed them again.
And Bodo is not a fan of Tomlin, just so you know.
Well, this is his best year. I don't really know how many other coaches you're going after.
Jack Cowie sent me. Oh, beat me in fantasy basketball. I thought it was like something else. Probably because of LeBron. He has LeBron.
He had a pretty big game.
Yeah.
The crappy thing about fantasy basketball is like if you have like a top 3 pick and your guy stays healthy all year, you're probably going all the way.
Yeah.
Like I had James Harden his MVP year, and it was just like, oh, it looks like I won again because one guy had 80 points in this game. Cool. Oh, TJ. Oh, shitty.
Josh Allen with a scramble.
Oh, he almost punched that ball.
That was a creative play by TJ Watt. Trying to punch the ball out. I thought Allen might have got that, but then I like the way that the broadcast was showing it.
Yeah. If he got that out, he just missed it.
He missed the ball, yeah.
Oh. Collins were like for as much hate as he gets, like there's a lot.
I don't know why he gets so much.
There's
hate.
a lot of bad color guys. Like right now, it's like
and he's entertaining and he is somewhat insightful.
Yeah.
And I don't get it.
Oh Jesus.
I don't get it, really. He is like the second best color guy.
Romo won.
Yeah.
I would agree with that.
Like who's better? Look at Ben.
That's hilarious.
At least it's not like awful.
Yeah, it's a full beard.
He looks like Santa
the future
Claus.
Offensive coordinator of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Big man.
Well, I mean, if he wants, like he'll never have to work another day in his life when he's done with football. But I feel like he could be a pretty good coach.
He won't coach. Too lazy.
He's checking. I wouldn't call Ben lazy.
I don't know.
I love. Next year will be interesting. Like If you say, hey, Mason Rudolph's on the trade block, and someone's like, I'll give you a 7th, like, you know what, maybe just do it just to clear a spot to bring in another guy. Just because, like, you don't know with a quarterback who's going to be 38, I believe 38 next year.
Yeah.
Coming off a throwing arm surgery.
You don't know how good he's going to be.
Will he have a wet noodle for an arm, or?
2nd and 6. Hodges trying to buy time. He does. He finds his guy. First down. And the Steelers get another set of downs. That's a good thing because they haven't got many of those in this game. So they're trying to tie this up 17-10. 4 minutes, 20 seconds left in the fourth.
I'd always feel like a dork if someone lined up against me wearing glasses burnt me. I don't know what it is about it, but it's just like, oh, he's got glasses on. He can't be better than me.
That's kind of true. I think that's.
I think most athletes like they look across from them and see something like different. They like automatically are like, oh, I have to be better. Yeah. But I feel like any athlete looks at the person across from them and says, oh, I have to be better no matter what.
Steelers pick up the blitz there. Van Eck gets
to see him try to power out of that.
5 or 6 yards.
They stepped out of bounds a couple times and the clock was still running. When does that stop happening? And it seems like it stopped now, but like
I
2
always
plays ago,
thought it before was a 1-score game within like 5 minutes.
It might have been within 4 minutes because like 2 plays earlier, Deontay got out of bounds and the clock was still winding. Oh, Deion Kane's in the game. He's been good for like one like ridiculously nice reception down the sideline.
And it also depends on the contact of the hit. Like if you get pushed out, I think they still might run the clock.
Really?
But if you run out by yourself, then they'll stop it.
They don't give credit for tackles for pushing someone out of bounds, do they?
I don't think so, but I think it does depend on the clock though. I don't know the exact rule, but that's just kind of like the feeling out from what I've seen.
I think it'd be nice if they credited those guys for those tackles.
There'd be a lot more tackles. 3rd and 1.
Oh, the way that this clock's winding, this is going to be like the Steelers' last drive, potentially. I don't really like how they're letting the clock... Oh, did they just take their timeout? Ugh. I don't love that. Now this is basically their last...
3rd and 1, the Steelers take their first timeout. 2 timeouts remaining. Buffalo still has 2 timeouts. Buffalo up by a touchdown, obviously. 3 minutes remaining. They're going to need at least one big play.
It always drives me nuts when someone's having like a really good year. Like they'll have 12 great games, and then we'll be like, oh yeah, this guy's doing great, this guy's doing great. And then they have one bad game, and then everyone's like, oh, you were saying this guy was so good. It's like, he had one bad game.
Especially when it's on primetime.
Yeah.
That's the thing I hate about primetime NFL, because most people that watch football only remember the Sunday night game.
Yeah.
And if a guy plays them bad on Sunday night,
that's how they view them.
That's how they view them for the rest of the season or their career, depending on how much they watch.
Only watch him play one time, you're like, oh, that guy's just brutal. Like, I watched him throw 5 picks on Sunday night.
It's basically made the Kirk Cousins career.
Yeah. Oh. He got it. Oh, what a play.
The big play, Washington. They needed a big play, and they go to their big play guy.
Will play. Tre'Davious White talking to Mike Tomlin. I'm surprised they didn't throw a flag on that at the very end for like throwing him down so far out of bounds.
I didn't see it.
One thing that drives me nuts about high school football, you tackle someone while they're in bounds, they fall out of bounds. It's a 15-yard penalty for tackling them out of bounds. And it was literally every time. Like, you tackle them, like, literally a yard or 2 from the sideline, and your momentum carries both of you out of bounds. 15 yards. Ref, I'll kill you. Oh, please score. Uh-oh, delay game. Or did they burn another timeout?
Bodo said, you know what the difference between Ben and Santa Claus is?
No.
Santa is skinnier.
Nice. I don't think Ben's that fat.
I don't think he's that fat, but he's definitely Big Ben.
Oh, he's bigger for a quarterback, but... why do you take that penalty? That's brutal. Wow. Great camera angle. Nice.
1st and 15.
Oh my God, are they taking it again?
What are they doing? No, they're redoing the
Oh,
clock.
okay.
3 minutes, 4 seconds.
You know what? Delays a game happen fairly often after a big play just because it takes so long to move the field down the field. And a lot of it can be on the refs too.
Yeah, it is. A lot of the time. All right, a drop.
Tevin Jones. Like, literally, there's some of these guys who are like pulling him out of the woodworks. These injuries are brutal. Like, who knows if Juju catches that? But, like, it's a different game with Juju playing. You know, Tre'Davious would follow him the whole time, so James Washington would probably be having an even better game. But it's interesting that James Conner has got the bulk of it, but he's not in the game now. They're obviously in receiving situations. Samuels can't block. Mm-hmm. Like, he's really bad in protection.
You rarely see a receiving back who is
good
a bad pass protector. On 2nd and long, the Bills get a sack.
Not good.
That's Phillips, the big nose tackle. Well, 2 minutes.
What do you do?
And running.
Do you take 2 deep shots, or do you try to
I usually like to take like 10 yards, and then
you should have just thrown that right away to Van Nett.
Those are big things that young quarterbacks don't understand or don't quite get. Like, just to take those yards.
Yeah. 3rd and 20. Oh.
Like, and look at how they're playing defense. 4-man rush, everybody back at the sticks. Van Nett gets a good chunk back, so this will be interesting. 4th down. We'll have to see, but it's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. So we will see 4th down after the commercial break.
Like he passed it. It looks like it's going to be 4th and 7. Is my kind of guess.
That's doable.
See, like, what hurts now is that wasted timeout. Like, if you did not pick it up, you could still get an opportunity. Mm-hmm. Now, this is literally the game. Like, you don't pick it up, you lose. 2 timeouts, you're not getting the ball back.
Oh, you might.
With, like, 10 seconds left. So, like, you're hosting a
Hail Marys. Hail Marys. Did you see that Bears play? They almost won.
No, I didn't
Last play of the game?
I missed it.
They would have won. But the guy that... Okay, so... it was like a lateral play.
Yeah.
So they get the ball, they're working it from left to right, and eventually they lateral it to the first guy. I think it was Cohen lateraled it to Patterson. Patterson lateraled it to Trubisky. Trubisky was running to the right, and they looked like they had numbers. He laterals it back to the tight end. The tight end is running, and he doesn't lateral it to Allen Robinson. Allen Robinson had a 2-on-1. Him and a blocker in front with a one guy. The tight end didn't lateral it.
He just decided to take off.
I don't know if he saw it or what, but they would have had a touchdown and tied the game.
4th and 7, I was right. Picking up 13 is huge there, but, like, you should never put yourself in that situation. I wonder who they're going to target, which corner they're going to target. Maybe the guy that's ice cold coming into the game.
Should Mike Tomlin win Coach of the Year if they make the playoffs?
I think so. I think it's pretty fair. Like, his name should be there.
The Steelers have 2 timeouts.
Yep.
4th and 7. Somebody was asking. $50K for the Steelers in this game? You got to be crazy.
Who put $50K on the Steelers?
Is this a real bet? I hope that's not a real bet right here.
Oh, God, man.
It's crazy.
Can you hand me $20?
If you have $50K to spend on the Steelers, bro.
This was a pick'em game.
Maybe he means he would have won.
Oh, like
I don't know.
Like picking every single game.
Yeah, I don't know. Either way,
those are the worst because then you're watching the Sunday night.
I've been there many times where I've almost won
something stupid.
Yeah, it's always like one game gets you.
Oh. Well, does Duck have a little bit of magic? Like, this will completely flip the narrative of this game if they could tie it. Everyone goes from like, oh, Duck's done to like, oh my God, he's still the guy. The
Fourth and
hype on him
7.
has been insane.
Still in the huddle. Ultra, I'll react later. I'm trying to do the game right now. Buffalo 17, Pittsburgh 10, 2 minutes left. Mike, what's the call?
Well, I think you're probably keep it basic and be able to get the ball out. You check the defense. It might be a slant. Just a quick throw, just because it might bring some heat that you can pick up just by turning up the field. But if it looks like you got a little bit of time, I might be running some sort of concept to the wide side of the field. Probably have some crossing routes, but it depends how they line up here. But
I think you need to be in some sort of set, whether it's like a bunch or like a tight formation to create separation. If they're in a blitz.
2 tight ends on the field makes me a little nervous.
So maybe that's max protection.
I think it might be, Bills take a timeout. Like, looking that formation, I feel like Deion Kane takes a slant, like on the snap, and just throw and just hope he picks it up just based on them not being able to catch him for 7 yards.
Ultra says, Mitch, make Mike Tony Romo to predict every play. Okay, from now on out.
Well, I got to wait to see where they line up here, because if I feel like my slant prediction might have been legit, like a quick slant to the back receiver in the stack. I think that's always a decent route concept, because like you get separation right away. Mm-hmm. Where they're lined up, it looked like it had a shot. They just changed personnel.
Who's better, Watt or Fitzgerald?
Watt or Fitzgerald?
Fitzpatrick.
Defensively.
Fitzpatrick.
Okay. I'd say Watt. It's kind of tough, but I don't know. They're both playing so well. I'm glad they're both on our defense. How many guys do they have on the field?
Same formation.
Why can't they just snap?
They didn't come out in anything different. Same formation. What's the
seeing
play?
The defense.
Usually when I see this, I think it's a slant with a pick on the top.
Yeah, I think James Washington.
And then maybe like a corner here or something.
Oh, they're stepping down. I think you need to probably change the
Same
play.
blitz formation. They send him. Edmonds is coming through. Hodges has enough time to throw it. It's picked by Poyer in the back of the end zone by the Buffalo Bills.
Oh, that hurts.
So the Bills with a little celebration. And that's the soccer celebration. Poyer celebrates. Hodges is pissed, as he should be. Steelers have a very slim chance of winning this one now. They need a 3 and out.
They need someone to make the greatest.
So let's see what the play call was here. So they sent the corner off the edge.
Washington. Washington. If you just
So yeah, Hodges would have had to made the crossing route to Washington over Milano.
He had Washington,
and he would have had it.
Crossed him.
Yeah, he had a touchdown.
No, he had him open,
and he threw the wrong route to double coverage.
Deion Kane didn't fight for the ball.
To Deion Kane.
Timeout.
First down carry.
Damn. Well, you know what? Like, it's okay. They need to find a way to beat the Jets, and they should.
Coach says, go Bills, on to New England.
It's not necessarily over, but it's basically over. Like, 97% chance the Bills are winning.
Basically. This movie looks pretty good, actually. Jamie Foxx, Michael B. Jordan, Captain Marvel.
Just mercy.
Just mercy. Worst casting in the MCU. What did I say?
Whoa.
Robot says, if TJ Watt causes a fumble, I'll give him the Defensive Player of the Year over Gilmore. Braden. What's up, man? Braden Ferguson. How's it going? Kevin Durkant says, Duck Hodges is a bum.
Well, if you're the Bills, do you risk throwing the ball, or do you wind... Still just going to have the ball with just under a minute left.
I run the ball. Considering the game. And you're up by a touchdown. A full touchdown. So you're not worried about them winning the game.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? 3rd and 4. This is the game. Allen under center. Brown to his left. Handoff it is, and that's a stuff.
Flag down.
But there is a flag. It's probably holding. So, I mean, they're going to get the ball back with 50 seconds left. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's possible. It's not over. Don't tune out. Stay tuned. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Does that stop the clock, though? Because it was a penalty?
Yes.
Yes. Holy shit.
Yes.
Don't go away, folks. That was insane. How the hell? Holy shit.
Oh, don't go away.
That's the difference of a minute.
Never mind the 50 seconds that I just brought up, because the penalty, which was a holding call that they declined, still stops the clock. So, the Steelers going for a full pump block here, too. They have no gunners, anything.
Oh, they got no gunners for the Bills.
For the Bills.
Oh.
That was close.
Oh! Only bounce. They're only going to have to go about 55 yards.
Mike's back in it. 1:31 left. Fourth quarter.
Shit.
Hodges will get the ball at the 40-ish yard line.
Passed, yeah. Holy smokes. 131. They're still, holy smokes.
Jenny says defense, baby.
You should never get this opportunity. This is crazy. How often does that happen? 2 timeouts? You're better off just like not blocking the guy on the hold and just giving up a loss of 3. What's 3 yards for 50 seconds? Get rid of it. Oof. Oh! Is the flag not getting thrown? Okay, there are flags. Okay,
Flags.
They're not throwing the face
So,
mask.
short completion to James Conner.
Plus
122, but 15 yards going to be added.
Stops again.
And the clock stops. That's huge because
That's going
Pittsburgh
to be almost 20 yards.
Pittsburgh has 0 timeouts, so that's really big. And Connor sold that like the rock still in the sunner. Milano.
Mitch, what do you do? And Milano, too. That's
I know.
a little- What's his
Mitch
first
Milano.
name? Is it Mitch?
Matt. It's Matt.
Matt, okay. Oh, God. Why does this team always do this to me?
Randy says that's pathetic by the Bills. And Crimsy
Whoa,
says...
they're on their 35. That's insane. What is going on?
Already! It's been like
Not quite.
20 seconds since the Bills had the ball. Hodges with time. Short to Vanette.
Oof, took a hit, but holds on to the
8 yards. Inside the 30 now, so... Go in there, Hodges. Hurry up, O. Get on the ball. Let's go. Hurry up. 1 minute left in the fourth. Ooh, slight jump by somebody. Hodges going deep.
Oh, he gave up on the play again. Deontay. Unless they blew the whistle, he does that a lot. Like, he'll just stop a route.
Hyde caught it, but doesn't count. So, flag. Assuming it's offside. 55 seconds.
It's a 10-second runoff. It's on Pitt. Doesn't really matter, though, where they're in the field. It's got to be on them. Nope.
Reset the game clock to 101, so an
then-
extra 6
and then-
seconds added.
But then 10-second runoff, I think, because the clock was still
Oh,
running.
it was a false start. Okay, predict this play. Tony Romo.
Second and 12. Second and 7. I don't. You don't necessarily have to go to the sidelines.
I'm thinking they go back to that crossing route at some point.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's now, but
It was there.
maybe slightly different formation.
I like that one-on-one coverage at the top of your screen. Uh-oh.
Hodges makes the throw under pressure.
That might be a flag.
And White with good coverage, so it's incomplete.
I thought the way the DB reacted to like jumping up and grabbing his helmet, the ref was throwing a flag. That's why I said it didn't necessarily look like PI, but did he jump?
Here it is, 3rd and 7. So I'm
He
expecting.
did jump.
I'm expecting heat from the Bills again.
Heat from the Bills? Well, it's 4-down territory, so you go heat both plays, but I don't know. What I was saying with the last 3rd down and 7 or 4th down and 7, I love the slant in the.
Here it comes.
The tight formation makes me worried because you can hide a blitz way easier. 4-man rush. Nice.
The out to Johnson for the first down.
Are they on the 15 or the 20?
I didn't see. 39 seconds left.
Looks like 20. Oh, he barely got that foot down.
He was in.
1, 2. Wow, nice.
Johnson having a game. Pretty good game.
A couple mistakes earlier.
Yeah.
But this is kind of what he did.
I mean, he's a rookie. It's going to happen.
26-yard line.
So back to the bunch set, sort of. Hodges is taken down on 1st down. That's Phillips again. 30 seconds. Clock is running. They have to rather spike it or get a playoff quickly. 25, 24, 23. Hodges trying to point everything out. They're going back.
James Washington's misaligned.
Washington.
18, 17, 16.
That's a lot of time. That's like 15 seconds. Pressure again on Hodges, but he escapes. He scrambles. He throws to the end zone. And it's intercepted again. That is the game, ladies and gentlemen.
That's it. That's all she wrote. Damn.
Wow. You had a shot twice.
Definitely.
Couldn't come up with it. That's the Bills' defense right there. It's a good defense. Very soft coverage, too.
Very, sloppy routes. You need to throw that further.
Nobody open. You got to throw that almost like to the back of the end zone. And he underthrew it. Bills are officially in the playoffs. Congratulations, Bills fans. Damn.
Damn, that sucks. Oh, well. Entered the 6th seed, leaving the 6th seed. It could be worse. Thankfully, the Titans didn't pull it off today. Taking the L.
That was the Buffalo Bills' first 10-win season since 1999. And
That's the first time they ever lost in the Color Rush jersey. That sucks.
That's no longer lucky.
Yeah.
You got to get rid of it now.
Burn them.
Can't use it. All right. Any final words to Steelers fans out there?
It's okay. There's, I would tell you right now, this team isn't really, it's probably not set up to go to the Super Bowl this year. They have a good defense, but I think our Super Bowl is making it to the playoffs. And then if you can win a game, that would be ideal. But don't sweat it. This isn't the year. I think we knew that coming into this year. It's been fun. It's not over. There's some games to be played, and this team should still make it in the playoffs. So a couple big games left to go. Let's enjoy the rest of the season. Don't overreact too much. It's tough. Duck Hodges is still an undrafted free agent FCS quarterback. It'll be okay. It'll be okay.
It'll be okay.
Yeah.
The final words from Mike. As for the Bills, they play the Patriots next week. As a Patriots fan myself, I've been saying for the last couple of weeks, it's a big test for both teams going into the playoffs, specifically for both opposing offenses who have not exactly been spectacular this season. So it's a kind of a good way to see where they're at going into the playoffs. So we'll see. It's Saturday game during the day, so it'll be fun. But Bills are in the playoffs, so congratulations. I was on the Bills bandwagon since Allen was drafted, and then it's nice to see them get to the playoffs this year. I didn't pick them to go to the playoffs. I had them as the 7 seed, just out of the playoffs. But it's nice to see them get to the playoffs. They have a great defense, good young quarterback, and great coach as well. So, and they could upset some people in the playoffs, maybe.
Yo, you play good defense, you can steal a game.
Yeah.
But again, 5th seed, 6th seed, not much difference. Really, you're playing on the road the whole way.
The only difference is you play the 4 instead of the 5, which would matter more in the NFC.
Yeah, totally.
Last thing here, we'll get Ultra over here with his quarterback rankings. At number 1, he has Lamar Jackson. At number 2, he has Patrick Mahomes. Number 3, Russell Wilson. 4, Deshaun Watson. 5, Kirk Cousins. 6, Aaron Rodgers. 7, Dak Prescott. 8, Drew Brees. 9, Matty Ice. And 10, Jimmy Garoppolo. What do you think of that list?
That's a little interesting. I don't know if Matt Ryan necessarily should be on that list this year. He's played fine. He's better than last year, but I don't know if Jimmy Garoppolo should be behind Matt Ryan. But everyone's got their reasonings for everything.
Yeah. He says 11 to 15, Allen, Murray, Brady, Wentz, Tannehill. Wentz played amazing today, just side note. Played really well. Anyways, guys, that's going to be it. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, Gronk spike the like button, subscribe to the Bottom Line View. Mike, where can they find you on Twitter if you have anything?
Come at me at MichaelBeck56. Welcome to follow me. It's a lot of Steelers and hockey talk, but yeah, we keep it fun.
Michael Beck
56.
56. Okay. So Michael Beck 56 on Twitter. Go check him out. Thank you guys for joining me again, and we'll see you very soon. Probably for a video tomorrow. Not exactly sure what it's going to be on. Probably just a reaction for this week, and then we'll get the top 10 teams out for Tuesday. So see you then. Peace out.